Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, so Brandon is not stuck.
No, he's just off staring
I
in the
was I was just
distance.
staring at you'll never guess who.
I'm gonna guess it starts with an F and ends in Roto.
We haven't started yet, so we don't have to take a drink.
That's true. That's true. Well, luckily the noise canceling seems to be pretty good with the
Yeah.
barkies and
I, I
whatnot.
I think the rule shouldn't be every time it barks, it's every time Brandon holds Frodo.
Oh, Brandon! Every time
That's
Brandon
Because
holds
okay.
Frodo.
That's fair.
that happens at least once an episode, I
That's
think.
true. It does.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. We can amend.
I am, I am doing my divination. I am feeling the presence. Wait a minute. I'm reaching out. I'm reaching out. I feel the presence of Susanna, but not in chat. She's watching on TV.
Okay. I was like, where are we going with this? Yeah. No, I think a TODDY for hot toddy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I agree. However, I didn't get back in time to warm up the tea and do the Earl Grey and the thing, so I have
I
something else.
I almost did a hot toddy actually, because I was
Yeah.
feeling a hot toddy. I might have one later,
I
but
do love a good hot toddy.
I went with something a little bit more crisper,
Maybe
fresher,
maybe maybe for the
sweeter.
hangover, I'll make myself a hot
There you
toddy.
go. All right, that sounds good. All right. Well, well? I guess technically either you or Brandon should be leading the episode. But we each have our own part. So,
I'll let Brandon introduce it.
Thanks, Mike.
okay. You want to count in
Or do you want me to do
down?
it?
What I would like actually is for Mike to count me in.
Oh, I like that. That's new. Let's do that. Let's do it.
All right, you ready? In 5.
All right, get that out of the way.
There you go.
I should have kept going. I should have kept going. In 5, 4.
One second. Come here, buddy.
I just see in the Voyager record
Come here,
just
Bubs.
this cluster of dogs. Uh, the dog
Want a big hug?
cluster. Oh, look at Scarlet
Okay.
in the Voyager record.
All right.
Hey, folks.
In
Let's try this again from the top.
5, 4.
Welcome to another episode of Cosmos with Cosmos. I'm Brandon.
I'm Liz.
I'm Mike.
That's us. And today, our last episode of the year, I believe,
Yep.
we're doing our
Yes.
top astronomy stories of 2025. So every time we do High in the Sky, we always have a rundown, some space stories. So we're kind of like pluck and choose A, some things that were our favorites, and B, some things that may have slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, since I can't believe that it's almost 2026. Holy shit.
We need the next 3 years to speed up real fast.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now, yes and no. I don't want to age that quickly.
Well, you know what? You might as well get it. You're gonna get there eventually,
Oh,
so might as well
hey,
get through
Yeah,
this as fast as
but
you
you know
these
can.
what?
next 3 years is like when, Bilbo goes to Rivendell and you see him for the first time, he's suddenly decrepit. Like
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen to
Yeah.
us.
But check out our episode on time.
Yeah. Well done. There you go.
Get it out of the way.
All right. So what are we drinking here?
I am drinking a Cosmic Delight right here,
Uh,
and it's basically brandy.
Apple butter and honey syrup.
a cosmic delight that's extra nice. What about you?
God damn,
All
that's
right,
like
I'm
dessert in a
drinking.
glass.
Oh, and by the way, that. Ooh, was it too strong?
No, it's like dessert in a glass. It's very
Oh,
sweet.
yeah.
It's
Ooh,
like,
nice.
That, by the way, its real name is called the Harvest. And for this one, I'm calling it the Reuben.
The
guess
sandwich?
I wonder what we're
Is
gonna
it the
talk
sandwich?
about. That's true.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah,
Reuben in a
so this.
It's a smoothie.
Oh man, no, yours has cinnamon syrup. Mine,
Oh.
mine has the honey syrup.
Well.
Yeah, so mine actually has the honey syrup. So mine is bourbon, honey syrup, and hard apple cider. And I can thank my sister for this. She sent it to me. It is also called the Shire cider.
The Shire cider. That's
Shire
nice.
cider.
Cheers.
Mine, by the way, mine basically tastes like pumpkin pie in a glass. Is what mine tastes like.
Which is not what it's supposed to taste like because there's no
But it's still
pumpkin
nice.
in it. It's apple butter.
Yeah, but it tastes like pumpkin pie.
Okay.
All right. We'll get to the chat drinks in a second. Yeah. So I am drinking the eccentric little snowball, um, which is just eggnog and whiskey. So,
Classic holiday
hmm.
affair. And then in
Speaking of
chat,
dessert drinks,
chat we got some coffee going on, some holiday creamy vanilla Coca-Cola. Jack's oh god, doing a bunch of bacon, lemon pound cake with white chocolate icing, animal animal cinnamon rolls. No, apple cinnamon rolls and cheese
oh
danishes. Katie's got a
man,
green apple white claw. That
they
actually
make that.
sounds.
Reminds me of whenever I hear a green apple, I think of like Jolly Ranchers or some kind of
the
popsicle from back in the day.
the caramel green apple pops that they would always hand out. We always had it like at school where like buy a caramel green apple pop for somebody for $1 or whatever.
That's like
Bullshit.
every school.
The caramel green apple pops.
Or a variation
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Buddy, I
I
can't
used to
play with you
love
right
the
now.
I don't like White Claws are a little bit, I don't know, they're like a seltzer water to me where they don't like
S-
it's just it's like a watered down flavor, but the green
Oh,
apple White Claw it sounds kind
Or
of
maybe-
refreshing to
I
me.
like White Claws much better than seltzer waters
Well, yes.
because I'm a
Yes.
basic bitch, is
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Alright.
so if you want more of this fun banter that we'll probably get to next year, we have social media you can follow us on. So on Twitter, we're at Drinking Cosmos. Everything else, we're at Cosmos with Cosmos. That's your Instas. That's your Blue Skies. Do we have other things?
Look, oh wait, this. I'm trying to point it like in the graphics. No, just Insta, Blue Sky, Twitter,
Yeah.
uh,
Follow and like and
Facebook.
subscribe.
Like and
That
subscribe.
stuff.
Facebook. Facebook. Yeah, I don't have Facebook, but
Wherever
Yeah,
it
just
is, like and
yeah, like and
subscribe.
Yeah,
subscribe
wherever-
down
wherever-
below. Down
It's
below, like and
down
subscribe.
below. And
Yeah.
that's from our social media manager,
Yeah.
Susanna.
There you go. And what does help as well if you rate and follow us on the iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, that helps us reach more people so they can be subjected to our jibber jabber.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, and
and-
Spotify does video now, so people can actually watch us
Oh,
on
I didn't know
Spotify,
that.
too. Yeah.
Oh, they've done that for a while.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
Oh,
just.
okay. Okay.
This is
I've
new
never
to
highlighted
me.
it before.
And as always, if you're listening now, live, or even on your podcast, check out YouTube or hang out with us after the episode for the Hangover. Well, we will talk about something very special this week, which Liz knows all about.
Yeah, sure. Nope.
It's like getting called on by the teacher when you do the readings. Like,
Just
oh,
the
totally.
Worst. I'm the sit in the
Oh.
back of the class and don't say a word student. That's me. So I don't want to be noticed. Just look. Let me just exist.
But you know who does want to be noticed? Some of our friends.
Yeah.
So, for example, Katie on Etsy has wonderful art. You can find her at Wildixia. That's Ixia. Friend of the show, Mr. RonProctorShow.com. Check out the Coopcast, if you will, and all his really cool Blender tutorials. And then our old friend Jack. You can find Jack at RollingBluffsPlanetarium.com. And if you happen to be in the Council Bluffs, Iowa area, go check out his planetarium. And then ask him about delightful drink recipes.
Well
Just
done.
baking
I think that was
recipes, all
the
his
best.
recipes. That was the best.
Friends of the
that was
pod
the best
that
friends
we've
of the
done.
pod promo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally, I stumble over things, but I'm really gonna try from now on.
Oh, I appreciate that. You know.
We're only. This is only the
appreciate
26
effort.
years in.
Just a little, you don't have to give maximum effort, but just a little effort's good.
No, yeah. We also on occasion give effort on our sister podcast, The Shots, where you get little bite-sized bits of science down your gullet. So check that out on YouTube or wherever. They're fun. We're doing 2 more
Take
today.
a shot of the stars with us.
All right, I'm good with that. I like that. All right, so before we dive into the top astronomy stories, nope, we didn't say favorite astronomy stories. We have a couple of rules for the podcast. Number 1, any Star Wars reference, take a drink. 2, any Lord of the Rings reference, take a drink. And then number 3, which we're trying out for this episode, because we no longer hear barking in the background, but we do see Frodo jump on me when he gets too aggravated. So anytime Frodo jumps on me, take yourself a drink.
Yeah, when Frodo just needs a little extra support sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so with that, let's jump into the main episode, the podcast, if you
What
will.
happened in 2025 that was cool
Well, I wouldn't say cool.
or
So
neat or some
we,
things that we need to highlight or that sucked or
we
whatever.
we had talked about this before the episode began and decided to lead off with it because it makes you feel bad.
Yeah, so let's start with the
And
downer
then
of the year.
you would start with the downer, and then the rest of the episode, we will lift ourselves up as we look at the
Yep.
sky. So this first top story is, of course, the decimation of NASA. Um, so,
If yeah.
so let's just say this. Um, in May, the White House OMB, which I will talk about them in a moment, they proposed cutting NASA's overall budget to 18 billion and the science budget to just 3.9 billion, which is 24% total of NASA, and almost 50% of science budget is gone. And it's going to be the lowest inflation-adjusted budget since 1961.
Oh my
So
God.
So to meet that amount of being cut, 50% of science budgets to be cut, NASA identified 40 major projects, including 23 active missions for permanent shutdown. So,
It's
for
just
example, the Mars
ridiculous.
sample return, we'll talk about this later as well. The Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope is being cut according to this budget. The Da
Ah,
Vinci, the Martian, the Venus Lander, the Veritas, the Mapping Surface of Venus, New Horizons, Osiris Apex landing on Apophis, Juno, which is still actually active right now, is being cut due to this budget as well. Um, and as a matter of fact, the Astrophysics division is being cut by 70%. 70% of the astrophysics budget is being cut to this budget. Um,
they
and
already
of course,
only get
this,
pennies on the dollar, basically.
if that, less than a penny
Okay,
per dollar.
this can be if
Dude, get
no.
rid
So
of
yeah,
one fucking
yes,
aircraft carrier and fund NASA.
I will get to the potential of it being overturned, but then we also have some political realities as well. So a couple of things. As of right now, 4,000 NASA employees, over 20% of the agency, have left in 6 months.
My God.
Well,
And
that's a brain
these aren't
drain.
like people, yeah. These aren't people that just came in yesterday. These are program managers that are being gone. These are the cream of the crop of this country that no longer work for the federal government, and they're gonna go work overseas, gonna work in private industry. We have lost this knowledge, and it's tough to claw back from this because these missions that are being canceled, it's not like you can just rehire people
And start
within
them up
6 months
again.
and start.
Yeah.
These take decades. Mike will talk about that with Vera Rubin. Vera Rubin's been in the works for what, 25 years?
More than that.
More than 25 years. So it's not, yeah, you can't just turn it off and on. Once it's off, you lose it for decades. And so that is exactly what's happening here. The site that completed the Nancy Grace telescope just recently is being closed basically. They're
That's just
closing Goddard.
and what a waste of fucking money. You know, talk about waste. You're just
Mm-hmm.
you by cutting this, you're just wasting all this fucking money, taxpayer money that has been spent already for these missions. And this is where I want my tax money to go. I want it to go to this.
Yes.
I want to go to public education. I want to go to universal health care,
And
infrastructure, and the things that are for the people of this
I
fucking country, and not the fucking goddamn military because it's overbloated and costs too much money anyway.
and I forgot the ratio, but I think it was like for every
Well
$1
said.
spent on NASA, you get what, like $18 back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
So
have
You wouldn't have
cell phone technology.
You wouldn't have the
without
most
NASA.
of the shit we use in our daily lives today without space exploration and that need to advance technology and develop those technologies. Hell, half the fucking military operates on shit that was from
Oh yeah.
fucking space exploration
I
development.
mean, the reason why we have the processor is because of the Apollo program. Come on, guys. And then another thing that I will mention, and then I will back away as Liz will just get on the soapbox for. So I'm just preempting you for this now. The STEM engagement budget goes from 143 million, which was already kind of low, to zero. They are completely cutting out STEM engagement in NASA. And that's how a major help to bring new brain power into NASA. So we do not care about the future
No.
should this budget pass. It's cutting out education. It's cutting out trying to access new minds. It's insanity.
That's just
I have comments that I'm just not gonna do. Okay, it's just
it's dumb. It's decisions by dumb ass people that
yeah, but they
are
also
dumb,
want to
dumb.
keep people dumb.
They want to
keep
people
dumb.
yeah.
All right,
That don't
so
understand shit and want to keep people dumb.
speaking of people, so the president's budget comes really from the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget, which in the past has been a fascinating executive what do you call it, branch, when you can call it. They are the most powerful executive council in existence, and they have a huge power to describe what the budget is going to look for the next year, for the next many, many years in the past. That is currently being helmed by Russell Vought. Russell Vought, if you don't know, is the head of Project 2025, which means if you transported him to 1937 Berlin, he'd be quite cozy and comfortable.
Oh my.
So I was thinking about vivid imagery and how much they can go fuck themselves, but it really comes down to they are actually evil people.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. And I don't,
Racist,
No, they
bigot,
completely are.
Yeah.
They
misogynistic,
completely are.
and
asshole, shitty people.
and it's like we'll say, this thing's evil, that's a stupid XYZ, but no, these are legitimately evil people dismantling. We, of course, we can say everything else but the country they're doing, but specifically in our purview, NASA, they are completely dismantling NASA. There's that great line in Firefly, "You can't take the sky from me." That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing for now and the future, for the next. It's going to take decades to rebuild from this if we can.
Yeah. Yeah. And NASA's always been a major player. But I mean, now it is relying then on, ESA,
Yeah.
JAXA, India's space agency, because they're starting to really ramp up and make significant. In fact, one of the stories, and I didn't highlight in this episode, but one of the stories we covered this year was like the first Indian on the ISS or something like that.
Yep.
Or it was.
Yeah. Last year, 2024, I went to India to train,
Mhm.
and they were so hyper excited
Proud.
about what their country was doing with going to the moon and things like that. And I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
I've been out to India a couple times as well to planetariums, and they are extremely proud of their
Yep.
space program, and which our individual citizens are as well of NASA. But at the federal level now, you know, we're being shat on. It's
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
I mean,
insane.
you can be proud, but if you're not calling your
You have to support.
representatives,
You have to show your support.
you have to show your support.
And one way you
Hmm.
can do that, so in this, for us, it's call your representatives and
We have a shot
fucking
about that.
Yeah,
scream
Brandon
at
did a
them.
whole shot.
And also, there's things like the Planetary Society that work towards advocacy for funding and politics and space policy and all that kind of stuff. So becoming a member of the Planetary Society, those funds go towards helping to support and fight these missions, and they've done a lot of great work
Yeah.
in helping to promote and save missions. Although now it's they're running into a brick wall, and it's headed by Bill Nye, so you can't
Yeah.
go wrong with Bill Nye.
As a matter of fact, one of the articles I read for this was from Planetary Society, and they brought in former NASA employees that were heads of programs, senior scientists. They interviewed them and basically asked a couple of questions, including, "What does this mean?" And it was catastrophic. That was the word, was catastrophic.
Yeah, yeah,
Is and even if somehow Congress does override this budget to, increase it X amount, damage has been done
yeah,
already.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got your
Right,
brain
it's-
drain. You're canceling. You can easily cancel a program. You can't ramp it back up again
Yeah.
very well.
And then for that brain drain, not even talking about the time it takes, but imagine in your company, the top 20% of the people that knowledge are gone. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's insanity. And not even mentioning the morale of NASA at this moment. So typically NASA's the number one place to work for the federal governments. But the morale is an all-time low right now.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. And that doesn't even cover all the DEI shit. So I mean, there's that. But
Yes.
anyway,
Anyway, so for more on that, go check out the shot on, I forget what it's called, but it's basically called Call Your Representative, and we tell you how.
yes.
All right, so that bullshit aside,
All right, so that's the main downer of 2025,
that's the main
2026, 2027,
downer.
2028.
And,
Yeah.
and, as an,
Oh,
and I'm going to take a drink to NASA because, God damn it,
Cheers.
guys, keep your chin up. Good luck.
Cheers to NASA.
but the thing is I am going to be hopeful, and I am going to hope that
Yes.
it's not as bad as it's going to be,
Yes.
or that it appears that it's going to be right now. That we come out of this. We have to fucking come out of this, right? I mean, this cannot be the bottom.
We just gotta go where the air doesn't smell so foul.
All right, we'll take a drink to that. All right. All right, so if you want us to rant more about that, watch The Hangover. But now we're going to transition. So that all that bullshit's happening
Okay.
in our country here on Earth. I want to get as far away from Earth as possible now. So we're going to talk about probably the most everyone's favorite interstellar object of this year, Three-Eye Atlas.
Hey!
Woo!
Woohoo! Let me know when
All
you
right,
want the picture to show up.
What's Tree Eye Atlas?
that's a good question, Mike. Three-Eye Atlas.
I don't know what it
So
is.
so we'll talk about what it is in a moment. But
NASA's
let's
budget's been cut. I don't know about these things.
what's STEM? All right, so planets, comets, stuff that orbits the sun in our solar system, they have what we call elliptical orbits. And that's what Kepi Caps
I was
tells us,
just gonna
right?
say, thanks, Kepler.
Thanks, Kepi Caps. And so that basically means it's not a perfect circle, it's like egg-shaped.
Yeah.
It's oval around the sun. And one definition of elliptical is its eccentricity. So, for
Oh,
example, a perfect
eccentricity. I say eccentricity.
eccentricity. I like that one too.
Eccentricity?
Either or.
Okay. Tomato, tomato.
So the eccentricity, a perfect circle, for example, has a eccentricity of 0. And as you approach an eccentricity of 1, the orbit, that perfect circle, becomes more and more egg-shaped.
Ah.
But once you hit that magic number of 1, then you're no longer in orbit, you're a parabola. And parabolas don't like to stick around, they flip around the sun.
Oh, okay. So we're not in a parabola.
No,
Parabolic orbit.
No.
no, us
We do
us
not
here on
wanna be-
Earth. No.
We definitely do not want an E equals 1.
No, because
For
E equals 1 means you've achieved the escape velocity
Ah.
of the
Bye-bye.
sun,
Goodbye.
which is real fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, just because you reach that escape velocity doesn't mean you're coming out from outside the solar system, right? Doesn't mean you're coming in real hot. For example, if you're like a big space rock and you pass real close to Jupiter and steal some of Jupiter's energy, you can then achieve speeds high enough to escape.
Okay.
Alternatively, if you launch here on Earth in a real big rocket and use flybys of planets, you can also escape like Voyager and New Horizons. So we can achieve escape velocity with rockets, planet flybys. Also, naturally, you can achieve that. But on October 1st, no, July 1st of 2025, the ATLAS system, which stands for the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System,
Oh, okay.
which is cool.
That
They're
is
what
fun.
they're part of that planetary protection group that looks out into the sky to make sure is anything coming for us?
Yeah,
Yes
because
or no.
it's important.
But
Important.
that last alert, that's
So
just
that
scary.
kind of pings you, right?
Yeah. Oh boy, Atlas got it. Oh, we're all gonna die.
Right. So a lot of that is based in Hawaii. And so the Atlas, the last alert system, they spotted an object possibly several miles long within our solar system that was new to us.
Decent.
Um,
Decent size.
But yeah, but now that it's big enough to do us all in, right? But now that the team knew where this new object was at in the sky, they can actually look back in previous images and see, was it actually there? We just didn't notice it. And of course, you go back in time, you see that. And so based off that information, you just can discover its speed and trajectory. So remember that the eccentricity of
Math,
one,
folks.
math. So the
The
eccentricity of
plot,
one,
and then you do the math.
yes.
Okay,
So if you think
well.
about the plot, eccentricity of one is like a really big happy face, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you increase that number, you get flatter and flatter to basically a straight line where you just zip by the sun, if you will. So this had an eccentricity.
Anything
go
over
ahead.
1 is called hyperbolic. Just-
Hyperbolic.
so
There. I
everybody
didn't
knows.
know that. That's math.
Yeah.
I remember that. So this object had an eccentricity of 6,
Ooh.
which is damn
Right.
near a straight line. It's moving around 36 miles per second.
Fast.
How long would that take to get across the U.S.?
That's always the question, right?
That's 100 seconds, right? 3,600
That's fast.
miles?
Oh, 100
That's 100
seconds.
seconds.
100
Wow,
seconds.
he maths real
Take that,
fast.
bullet train. Take that, high-speed train.
100 seconds. New York to L.A. 100
oh my
seconds,
gosh,
man.
what's the whiplash on that? What's the G?
Death.
Well,
What's the
okay,
G
there's no
forces?
whiplash because you're on it. You're not feeling any
Well, that depends what your
acceleration.
acceleration is, yeah.
Oh, okay. But you got to get on. Well, okay, yeah. I mean, okay.
So in fact, that's going so fast that as it flies by the sun, it barely moves in its trajectory. That's so fast.
That's cool.
Yes.
So
So let's rephrase that just for a sec. The
Okay.
sun doesn't change its orbit
No, the sun's
because
just
it's
doing
moving
its
so fast.
sun's
Yeah.
just doing its sun
Thank
thing.
you.
It's just
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
So in Brandon's notes, he says that it barely feels the sun, which is true. So the sun's gravity doesn't deflect it that much. It deflects
Mhm.
it. It does deflect it.
Yeah, it
But
does.
not
Absolutely
a
does.
lot because
But
it's
not a
going
lot.
so fast.
So quick. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So at that point, once they discovered the speed and trajectory, they figured out it came from interstellar space.
Boys and-
Beyond the sun. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
I
Let
wanted
me
to
do
be
it right.
like,
Let me do it right.
I wanted to be like, ooh, but then I started choking on my
I
own
mean-
saliva.
All right, sorry. Let me do this right. Let me
Okay.
take it. Let me take it
All
right.
right, all right.
Once the Atlas system discovered the trajectory and speed, velocity of this object, they learned it came from interstellar space. It's still vampire-y, isn't it?
It's a
I don't know
little
how
bit,
not
a
to do
little bit,
vampire.
but I'll add the echo to it, and it'll be.
It's
it'll
really
be
hard.
Fine.
It's really hard. So
It
I feel like there's only one person from the 1950s that can do this type of thing.
Right,
That's
and
really
then we're all
Liz.
gone.
Well,
Oh,
you
well.
never know.
But AI, and we could probably AI.
No,
No,
boo,
no,
boo,
no,
boo.
No.
AI's the
So-
future.
Oh,
What could go
God.
wrong?
Everything's gonna go wrong. Everything's gonna go so wrong.
I've seen Terminator.
So once we discovered it was from interstellar space, that's when we gave it the designation 3I/Atlas. That means it was just the third interstellar object ever found within our solar system.
Which
Oh.
is
That's kind
crazy
of
to
wild.
think about now.
Well, everything's
Mhm.
so spread out in space, so yeah, it makes sense that nothing comes this way a lot.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that,
this
but
is
also we just now have technology to
That's
find
true,
it,
that's
which is
true.
all now being defunded.
Well,
and but there's also ESA, JAXA, IRSA, those things. So the thing is though is since getting the technology, which immediately in my brain $6 million man from like the 1970s. But anyway, we now have the technology to rebuild him. But anyway, this is the third thing that we found.
yeah,
This is in like
Three.
a short order. This is the third
that's
thing.
true. That's true. I guess that's fair. So
Um,
then, if you to look back 4.5 billion years, how many interstellar
certainly.
objects have been passing through?
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
How many black holes?
Well,
Well,
would we
so
be-
with that, if you
Like
want
a
to throw up the
fragment.
image, if you like to throw up the image, Liz.
I will throw up the image. Here it is.
Hey, there it is. So
Yeah.
3I Atlas already made its perihelion, which, if you remember my concept jokes, means it was very close. It's the closest it's going to get to the sun back in October, and it was just outside the orbit of Mars, so it never posed a risk to us, and it was 1.8 astronomical units away from the sun, something like that.
It's far.
Actually, more than that. I
It's far
apologize.
enough.
Yeah. And so this was the image we got. It was on the opposite side of the sun when that happened. So unfortunately, we didn't get great images of it. And we kind of figured out it's between 0.5 and 3.5 miles across,
Oh.
which there's a big variety there, but
Well,
comics has its nucleus
I mean,
and has
yeah, it's got the
and has a
coma
tail.
and all that.
Yeah.
Of course, it's got
Yeah.
a tail.
Yeah, but it's cool that an interstellar object has a tail in our solar system, right?
You
and
know,
what
you're
if-
getting close to a
Physics is
heat
still gonna
source, you got to
physics.
sublimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, physics.
You
don't
get
physics.
hot, you got to
And-
sublimate a little bit.
And I so wish that it was in the orbit of us. That way we would have a one-time meteor shower of an interstellar
Oh my
object.
God,
That'd be
a once
so
in a
cool.
lifetime meteor shower? That would be amazing.
Yeah, so looking at the coma, the tail, the object itself, it's rich in carbon dioxide and is venting off cyanide gas and atomic nickel vapor,
Cyanide gas?
which is actually very similar to comets originating in our solar system.
Oh, so
So it's just another way to figure out what else is out there in the
Yeah,
universe, what
how-
other properties,
how
what's common.
similar are comets, between star systems and shit.
Yeah.
Also, cyanide gas, that's fun. Don't go there.
Sign in happiness. So, given its trajectory, it likely came from the interior of the Milky Way, not outside of the further out orbs, but inside, which means it's probably around 7 billion years old, older than the sun.
Solar system. I love old shit. That's great.
Yeah, you
Yes.
just want to touch it, right?
I do want to touch
I'm gonna
it.
lick
I
it.
would die.
Oh, you do not want to lick it, you die.
Yes, I do.
Cyanide
Yes, I
gas.
do.
You want to lick
Your
cyanide?
tongue gets stuck to the comet. You
No,
got
not
that,
any
Christmas
cyanide
Story,
gas. Right.
episode, a scene,
I-
but with a comet.
I want to be the first person to die with interstellar objects.
I mean,
Uh,
I'll
s-
take that death. I will take that death.
oh, for sure.
Well, it's a legendary death.
Yeah. So with that, the big question is, can you see it?
Yeah.
Right? Comments. We love seeing comments. It's like a
We,
harbinger of doom.
yeah, we do. We like it.
So the answer is probably not. So right now, through around January 3rd, it'll be in the constellation of Leo. So if you look at Leo, it looks like a big old like
Question mark.
pencil-shaped thing. Yeah.
Backwards question mark.
Wait a minute.
Backwards question mark.
Wait, Leo's
Would you
springtime,
say
so
pencil-shaped thing?
yeah, pencil.
I did because in my mind,
Oh,
it
you're
has.
thinking the body, and
Yes,
the
I'm
tail
just thinking
going
of
to
the
point.
stick itself. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, but
That's always what kind
the
of reminded me
backwards
of.
question mark
Followed by a small triangle. That's how I describe it.
followed by a small triangle.
Yeah, you got the question mark, and then over here, you got little
Oh,
triangles.
I've
The back legs and tail.
this will be for off air. I've learned so much about triangles this week, guys. It's been insane.
There's
Different
right
different
isosceles
subjects.
and equilateral.
And
Boom.
you just need more triangles and polygons. Anyway, so it's in the constellation of Leo. Go look at that if you can. If you stay up late enough, you can see its general area. And given it's only 3 miles across and like hundreds of millions of miles away, you can't see it with naked eye.
Yeah, no.
You need to know exactly what to look, where to look, what you're looking for, and a telescope, which is at least 8 inches, which isn't that big actually. It's
We
very
got an
reasonable.
8-inch telescope, but we also have completely cloudy skies because it's raining and foggy
Yeah.
because we live in the middle of Oregon.
So yes, you can see it, but probably not.
Yeah.
But I just again love being visited by interstellar objects.
I know. I love that. I love that. See, we're coming up already. We're getting happier.
We're getting happier.
We're getting happier.
We're about to get real happy because this next one's very exciting. I will hand it off to Fancy Physics Man for this.
Oh, God.
Take it away, fancy physics man. What did you choose? What did you choose?
A different
what
name.
What are you talking
A
about?
different name.
What are you talking about?
Regular Physics Man?
No, you're
Just-
fancy
Just Mike.
physics man. It's fun,
Just
and
Mike
one
will
day
do.
you'll have a top hat.
Mike will do. Mike's
And a monocle.
fine. You can just do Mike.
I respect
Yeah.
that.
Um,
res-
if you had come up with a little weird name, Astropunk maybe or something, I don't know.
Fancy physics punk man.
Mike.
Fancy physics
Ooh,
punk.
Fancy Physics Punk.
Jesus.
New name just drops.
PPP.
You walked
Keep-
into that one, Mike.
Oh, fuck my life. All right,
If only we were
anyway.
in a funk. If only we were in a funk, we could be fancy physics funk.
All right.
It's the pH. I was going with the pH.
Okay.
The Rubin Observatory.
Named after a sandwich.
Vera C.
Oh.
Rubin.
Did she like sauerkraut?
I bet she did.
Maybe.
I think originally she was like somewhere near New York.
Okay. Well,
So-
then, okay. Then, probably. She probably
Alright.
enjoyed a
Northern New
Reuben on
York.
occasion. A Reuben eating a Reuben?
Okay, so
Rubens all the way down.
early 1990s.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
35 years ago, a group of astronomers met
Uh-huh.
and they actually drew up plans on the back
Of
of
a
a
napkin?
napkin.
Oh, my
Yes! I
So
love when that happens.
cliche. So cliche. I love it.
So some astronomers began to plan a major new telescope
Mm-hmm.
that they would hope would push astronomy and technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
As NASA does.
the original idea for this, because dark matter, can't say dark matter was just discovered, but it was because it wasn't.
Right.
It was
But we
discovered
still
2 decades
basically
earlier.
know jack shit about it.
Yes, it was discovered at least within the Milky Way 2 decades earlier by Vera Rubin, a good 60 years earlier by Fritz Zwicky, looking at a galactic cluster far, far away. So, in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh,
I mean, it was
Hey!
it was
I
low-hanging
mean, it
fruit.
was,
It
it
had
was
to.
right there. It was right there. You know, it's rare we make a Star Wars reference, though, actually.
it's been a hot second.
Anyway, so the original thought was that this observatory could focus on dark matter
Yeah.
and
Try
that
and
type
figure
of
out
thing.
what the fuck it is.
And yeah, hopefully figure out what
Yeah.
it is. So
Ooh, Reuben with a side of chili?
it does
All right.
have other goals, which I will get to in a bit. But as things progressed, they actually named it. They named it the Large Aperture Synoptic Survey Telescope.
At
LSST.
last?
Yeah, no,
Last?
The last
LSST.
telescope?
LSST?
I'm sorry.
LSST. They leave the A off.
You don't want to be called the last telescope.
I guess, or do you?
I mean, it's probably.
I mean, that's
pretty
on
sure
point
that-
if you're NASA. It's the last telescope. The last.
Ruben with this side of chili, please. That's good. I'll take a drink to that. That's good. I do like that. We'll give the reference to chili here in a
God,
minute.
it's making me hungry now. Actually, I kind of want.
Yeah.
I kind of want a Reuben, even though I don't like
We're in
Swiss, so I'd
Ma-
have to substitute the cheese.
Mike and I are on empty stomachs, so we'll see how this goes.
And also,
Yeah.
technically, me at this point now as well.
This could be my black hole
So
episode.
stick around for the hangover because we might.
In
pass
6
out.
hours, stick around for the hangover.
I had no lunch, but
Pretzels.
before this podcast I had 8 pretzels, little tiny pretzels. We'll see how this.
I like that you counted them.
I know.
I did well.
All right, very Ruben.
Anyway.
OCD. Anyway, all right. So they start really working out the plans.
Yeah.
For this, and of course you have to go out and get funding. You got to talk to government agencies and things like that. And so in 2001, so 24
A
years.
Space Odyssey.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Things start moving when the Astronomy and Astrophysics Survey Committee recommended it as
Love these guys.
a major initiative.
Was this part of the
Minor.
decadal survey? Oh, that's later on.
No,
Sorry,
it's later.
I didn't see the
It's
notes.
later, yes. And so what that does is it now really starts pushing it to the forefront, and we can start moving on this.
Right.
I mean, you're not really getting necessarily any government funding, but then you can go to other people and say, "Hey, look, this is the shit we're gonna do, and this is what we're thinking about." So in 2003, they start to go forth and get funding, and
I like what you said in the notes.
I
Go
said-
forth and get funding, young man.
Go
It
forth.
reminds me of Go West.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fivel? No.
Papa,
What?
can you hear me? Sorry.
you say?
Said
The-
Fivel.
yeah. Yeah. So go forth and get funding, young man. Well,
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
There's always a monocle when you say go forth. Somebody has a monocle.
And so people like Bill Gates gave money. Bill Gates gave like
Gates.
$20 million.
Well, he's got
Back,
it.
back
In
when
his
rich
back
people would
pocket.
donate things.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Thank God. Well, not thank. I don't know why I said thank God, but I would just like to give a shout out to Melinda Gates.
Melinda Gates, I forgot her name.
Just
I just
donated
apologize.
shit ton of money
I apologize.
to
The
various
ex-wife,
things.
the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos now is doing fabulous things.
Yeah. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, women who are not selfish.
Yeah, that is a whole
don't know.
episode
I
right
don't know
there.
why
Yeah.
I-
You
I
know?
don't
We
know
can
why
we
I
can we
did
can
that
talk
way.
about Elizabeth. Doesn't matter.
2010, the decadal whatever you
Woo!
want.
Decadal
Survey.
survey.
Decadot? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, recommends it
Ooh.
as a major initiative, and LSST soon receives its first federal dollars.
Wow. Actually, the
They-
Decadal survey would be a great shot episode. Let's continue.
They receive it from the National Science Foundation and the
Hey.
Department of Energy.
Oh, look at that. When we
Back
had
when
those.
they did cool shit.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one that Perry said oops on?
That what?
Remember, was it Rick Perry? What's his name? The former Republican who was running
Oh.
president. He was trying to name the
Yeah, it's
departments.
It's Rick Barry.
He goes,
Rick Perry, the
From
Texas,
Texas.
one?
the Texas
Oh,
one,
God, I
who was
forgot about
actually
that.
in charge of the DOE. He forgot it and he goes, oops.
So yeah,
These
and
people.
and just as a side note, I don't have it in the notes, but like when they did the first images release, it was DOE and DOE was there and Department of Energy, and given that the politics of the country right now, I just wanted to throw up. It just made
Yeah.
me irritated. But the DOE back in 2010, in fucking Obama's term, first term, they gave money, and
Yeah.
that's when we were forward thinking, and all of that.
When we were for STEM and science and all that. And also, side note in chat, since you can't see it because it's not the hangover, Jack makes a mean Reuben egg roll, and Brandon wants the recipe, and we all want the recipe. So
Yeah,
you
can you
send
send
that
it?
over. And, although I,
We won't broadcast it because it's
Probably
a
won't
family
make it.
secret. But
but a Reuben egg roll.
Yeah, but
God,
we're
I'm so hungry
family with
now.
Jack at this point, aren't we?
yeah,
we go way back. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not going to share it with everybody
No,
else.
no, God,
No,
no.
no. And then
Family.
It dies with
yes,
me.
and then we will make it for your family, and they'll be like, yeah, this is family recipe. Doesn't involve you family. Involves our family, our chosen family,
Our space family.
No, our chosen family.
Yeah, our space family.
Oh, a space family. I
chosen
heard
space
fake
family.
Fake family? No. Our space family.
All right. So in April of 2015, construction begins
Yeah.
on the observatory, and we'll get where that is in a moment.
Is it chili?
I don't know.
Reuben with a side of chili.
I don't know, Liz. We're not there yet.
Did you just
I don't
not
like
get
my.
it?
I
Did you
don't
just
like
not
my.
get it?
Yeah.
I don't like my chili spoiled, so I'm gonna wait.
I just got it. Oh my god. Look, my brain is food motivated right now, so I'm thinking in literal terms. All right, continue, because we still have my section to get to.
Oh yeah, we're going long this episode. Let's be
my
real.
God.
Yeah, it's our final episode of the year due to scheduling constraints and
We're
shit.
not doing this in 2 weeks, so you know.
Hang.
But we will still be here in 2 weeks.
December
I won't.
2019. December 2019.
Yes,
To be fair, this is in Trump's first term.
not a very good year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good year. Well, for at least with regards.
It's borderline Lord of the Rings reference.
I don't know if it was. I thought about making the reference, but I don't know if it was there.
Okay.
Well,
Anyway.
I said to drink, so I.
Oh, you pushed the
I
button.
did
Okay.
push the button.
All right. In December 2019, an act of Congress renames it.
Does that happen?
Oh,
Yes,
They rename it to the Vera C. Rubin Observatory.
back in the day.
This is the first publicly funded astronomy facility in the U.S. That is named for a woman.
Wow.
So,
Surprised they haven't tried to change the name
Vera Rubin, not able to get a Nobel Prize
because she died.
because she has died, and was very gracious about
Because
it when she was alive.
Had to be because she's a woman.
I do feel like that this observatory that is named for her is going to be where future Nobel
the
laureates get
piece
their
de
data.
la resistance
They get
of
their data.
observational astronomy.
They get their data.
Earth-based
But-
observational astronomy.
I will say it again. Vera Rubin deserved the Nobel Prize.
Yes.
No matter what she says. And like you said, she's being gracious. She, because she had to, she deserved it.
Which, if you want to know about the dynamics and politics of getting a Nobel Prize within any kind of program, check out the book Einstein's Shadow.
Yeah, and check out our Hangover, where we do our book club review on it,
Hey,
which will be out on the
Like
Saturday.
and subscribe,
that-
folks.
That might already be out. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, the Vera Rubin Observatory is being built, and it's located on El Pinon Peak at Cerro Pachon in Chile.
I don't know. This was like an
It's
Italian
like
thing,
I
but
should
it's
not have done the
not
Italian
at
because it's
all.
not Italian, it's
No.
Spanish. But anyway, it's
Both
at
romantic languages.
yeah,
OG romantic languages.
yeah. It is at an elevation of 2,682 meters, which in American about 8,800
Sweet.
feet. In fact, it is 1 foot short of 8,800 feet.
Damn.
I would have just put a slab of concrete. 1
right?
foot.
Just add a little extra oomph. But hey, there's a reason why the telescopes are located where they are on Earth, and that's because it's the better viewing conditions in terms of what are getting through our atmosphere, essentially.
Right. And so
Eliminating atmosphere to eliminate or avoid atmospheric events, you want high, cold, and colds. You want high and colds. The best place
And dry.
high, cold, and dry. The best place is space, obviously. But for Earth-bound stuff, high, cold, and dry is what you want.
So it is located in dry, so the Atacama Desert. It's in Chile. Its next door neighbor is Gemini South.
Oh.
And so you have Gemini
Or
North,
Germany, if you
In
like.
Hawaii.
which is in Hawaii, and South is down in Chile.
They're not really north and south of each other. I'm just saying.
What?
Nothing.
Anyway, they are. Chile's got a lot of great observatories that are there now. Yep. It actually has 3 mirrors as a primary mirror, which is actually 2-in-1. That mirror is 8.4 meters across, or an American 28 feet. So it has a diameter of about 28 feet.
Do we know? I don't think so, but do you know if that mirror was also made in Tucson?
We will get to that.
Hey!
We will get to that.
Yay! Look at me not reading the notes.
We will get where it was made. So it is actually 2 mirrors in one. It has an outer mirror and then an inner mirror.
Sounds like a funhouse mirror.
It would be, yeah, if you're like standing kind of over it. But anyway, this reduces the complexity of it for the observatory. It also allows the telescope to be more compact, which I will comment on in a moment. It took 7 years to make that mirror, from building the mold for it to melting the glass to spinning it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, mirror creation is like wild. I really missed an opportunity going to U of A to check out their mirror facility.
The secondary mirror is 3.4 meters, or about 11.2 feet.
Sure.
In American. And so the third mirror, though, is part of that first primary mirror. So the primary mirror has this outer ring, basically, and then it changes shape and has a different shape, and that's considered the third mirror. And
so it's like a 3-in-1 mirror then, really.
Well, no, because it's 2-in-1. Because you basically, for the primary mirror, you have 2 mirrors.
Yeah.
And then you have the secondary mirror, which is up here.
Okay, I missed. I missed.
And the light hits the outside of that primary mirror, goes up, hits the secondary mirror, goes down and hits the third mirror, which then reflects up to the camera itself. So it's a lot of bounce.
Yeah.
Go to your local planetarium, and they'll have a model to describe this for you.
Unless you're in Arizona, go to Mesa Community College.
Yeah, and so basically this allows you to have kind of a long focal length in a short, compact telescope. But anyway, this third mirror, so the inner part of the primary mirror, is 5 meters in diameter, or about 16.5 feet.
Imagine if we never invented mirrors.
Oh I know, right?
Oh, we would never be deceived by our eyes again. Sorry.
So mirrors can of this size, 28 feet, a 30-foot mirror.
Yeah, that's
By
big.
the way, my first planetarium was 30 feet across.
Yeah.
It's a huge mirror.
That's big.
That is heavy. That is heavy, and it's got to sit
made
on
of
some sort of
glass.
backing. You can't just put this glass up; it's going to break, right? And so it needs to be supported by something, and it's actually supported by this hollow, stiff honeycomb backing.
Okay, so we can thank bees.
Which allows you to reduce the weight of the whole thing.
If like an insect dies on the mirror, do you just take Windex to it?
Clean those mirrors.
No, you do not.
Clean those
No,
mirrors.
you do not.
That's a lot of. You got to have professional mirror cleaners.
I did not look up the cleaning, but I can tell you no.
I'm gonna put myself on mute as I look for that answer because I'm
No
really
one touches
curious.
the mirrors.
All right. This was constructed at the Richard F. Karras Mirror Lab in Tucson, Arizona.
Hey, right under the football stadium.
Underneath the football stadium at the University of
mirrors
Arizona.
And that's because the U of A football stadium never gets loud because nothing to cheer for.
Oh. Ron on chat says they spray it with CO2, carbon dioxide.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I'll stop looking then.
I'm not an ASU fan, but I can appreciate that shade you just threw.
I'm technically not, but I went there, so I guess I got to support it as well.
So I found this really interesting because my brain immediately went to refrigerator, and you'll get it. Okay, so the primary mirror travels 7,000 miles from Tucson, Arizona, to the observatory in Chile.
Yeah, what an undertaking.
What?
What an undertaking.
Yeah, I know, right?
Of transportation.
And at one point, it has to pass through a tunnel. Sheila
And
was
then
not on the other
a
side.
tunnel.
They gotta have a tunnel big enough, though. They gotta fit that
All
mirror
right,
in the
you gotta
tunnel.
take a
Barely.
drink. You gotta take a drink.
Well, I mean, that's why so many science projects involve renovation of existing architecture. Like when you had the space shuttle to go to DC, for example, they had to, expand roads, expand bridges, just to
Right.
make this to happen.
Yeah.
Just getting through that tunnel, the clearance was 1 foot. So that's why
That's
I
terrifying.
thought about my
Our
refrigerator.
refrigerator when it was
Our
developed,
refrigerator.
it was a
miracle of
millimeters to getting through our front door, our new fridge. Which
All right,
we only got
so
because our old one died.
this actually is like one of the biggest mirrors that there is. The 8.4.
Yeah.
Is there a bigger one?
No, I do not think there.
So
actually
it is the biggest.
I think it actually
not
is
one
the
of
biggest.
the.
Yeah, but I don't have. In my head,
One mirror.
I'm thinking,
To rule them all.
oh my god! All right,
Wow.
we just gotta
I'm
keep
just-
drinking.
I just refilled my drink too, a little bit anyway.
Yeah, I'm running out here. And oh my God, this is story number 3.
All right. Anyway, its camera is the largest digital camera ever built. It has 3,200 megapixels, which is 260 modern cell phone sensors. So quite a bit. The camera weighs about 6,600 pounds or 3,000 kilometers. It's roughly the size of a small car.
You just said it weighs roughly 6,000 pounds or 3,000 kilometers.
Oh, kilograms.
Okay, I was like, we have two different sets of measurements.
Yeah. So it can take 400 ultra high definition TV screens to display just a single image from the Vera Rubin Observatory. It has 6 filters which provide images in a range of colors from ultraviolet to infrared.
Mm-hmm.
So it can give us quite a few different colors. And interestingly enough, I found this interesting, and then I immediately thought of Brandon with this.
It's me.
Yes, the filters on the camera can be swapped in less than 2 minutes, which made me think LED
Wow.
panels being swapped in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, I can swap them within 15 seconds.
Swap them and not drop them.
Yeah, they do not.
Don't drop them, people.
Do not drop them.
Or
No.
demagnetize them. Different story. Anyway.
That's just for us. I will not be going out. Anyway, that is not the filters are not changed by human hands. They actually have
Monkeys?
a computer that does
Ooh.
it.
Oh.
Yep, a robot.
Wait. Oh my God. I want to train adorable animals to make science now.
Yeah. Science. Well, we already have science monkeys, but they don't have their consent, so that's not good.
Oh, yeah, no.
It can move between different spots in the sky in just 5 seconds.
That's quick.
Yes, boom, and that's because it's got the compact size
That's-
and that honeycomb feature
Thanks.
on the back
I'm
of the
so-
camera.
We wouldn't know about honeycombs if
And-
we didn't have bees.
Exactly.
Not the bees. I'm sorry. I have a 6-inch telescope. I can't change locations within 5 seconds.
No.
Yes,
No,
no.
we can't.
And
That's
this is
wild.
This is a
We
big.
can't even fucking find
28-foot
figure out how to focus ours.
It's a 28 foot.
Finding the moon's difficult sometimes, okay?
Right.
It's a 28-foot mirror. You can move in 5 seconds.
Jesus.
I mean,
Oh, no.
And to be fair, you're not moving it really from one side of the sky to the
Yeah,
other.
but
You're
able
just-
to-
But
Yeah.
still, you know.
A short telescope vibrates less than a long telescope, and that means clearer, sharper images. It takes about 1,000 images every night. It can do 30-second exposures or 2 15-second exposures, depending on what you want to do, and it can do the entire southern sky every 3 to 4 nights.
That's pretty cool.
And remember,
It
you're
can't-
up in the desert, so every night is clear.
Ah,
And it's going to make, at the end of the day, it's going to make a massive 10-year time lapse
of the southern
Movie.
sky, though, right?
of the southern sky.
Yes.
But then you can
Which is good.
extrapolate. You can extrapolate to the northern. What you learn from the southern sky, you can
You can
extrapolate. to
Yeah.
because the physics should be
The same in the northern hemisphere.
everywhere.
and the southern hemisphere.
What's the big fancy word I can't think of because I had drinks. Not isometric, but when everything homogeneous. There it is.
Homogeneous,
Well,
yeah.
you got there. You got there.
I got there. Yeah.
All right, so this year they released the first images,
They
and
did, they
we
did.
did like I can't say for everybody else, but me and Liz we watched it. So these first images, I bring up one of them. It doesn't much matter. So
Yeah, sure. Here's the Virgo cluster.
this is the Virgo cluster. This image taken by 10 hours of observation, which is not long in the
Not
grand
Oh,
scheme
that's
of things.
cool.
And what you're primarily seeing are galaxies.
Yes,
Well,
image
yeah.
in this image it imaged 10 million galaxies, and in its 10-year lifespan.
I'm sorry, the cake references in the chat are.
Throughout its time, its 10-year plan is looking at maybe seeing 20 million galaxies
I
over
mean,
that.
look at these beauties. Look at these beautiful galaxies on this image. It's just, you see some spirals, you see ellipticals, you see all the different kinds of galaxies. And then those objects that you see that have like the cross kind of light flares to them, those are stars within our galaxy that are being captured. Anything that doesn't have that sort of artifact effect, which is from the telescope, that when you see stars in images and they have those like cross beams to them, those are artifacts from the telescope. Anything that doesn't have that is going to be a galaxy in this image.
That's a cool note, though. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It also took a picture of
Beach.
this is the Lagoon and Trifid Nebula. The Lagoon is the massive pinkish thing on the bottom left of the image. The Trifid Nebula is this beautiful little pink thing, kind of
In the upper
right,
with the blue
surrounded
around
by
it.
some blue there.
And in this image, you see all these dots, and it could look, a little grainy or pixelated if you're looking at the smaller ones. Those are still all stars. Those are all stars. It's not grainy at all. There's no pixelation. There's no low
God, it's
resolution.
full of stars.
Fucking stars. All stars. Jesus.
It discovered I did all I had were videos of it. I didn't want to necessarily put a video
that's
up,
fine.
but it discovered 2,104 asteroids that had never been discovered before.
It's a lot of.
Speaking
a
of
lot.
last,
7 of which were near Earth asteroids.
Atlas.
It also imaged 46 pulsating RR Lyra stars, and all that. And so it does have some major science goals. That is dark matter and energy. We have to take a drink.
No, we don't. That shouldn't be there.
All right.
I mean, I will anyway.
I
'cause
forgot to turn
I,
it
be-
off.
I believe in you.
Okay.
Dark matter and dark energy is one of its science goals. Understanding the mysterious components that make up most of the universe. The two, dark matter, dark energy, make up 95% of the universe, and so understanding them is key to this observatory.
Paramounts.
Paramount for this observatory. Solar system inventory, discovering and tracking asteroids, comets, and other small bodies. And it's expected, I didn't put it in the notes. It's like millions. It's supposed to discover they're anticipating it discovering something like 6 million or 5 million new asteroids.
Million.
Yeah,
Oh my
million with an
God.
M.
My God.
It's also going to do some Milky Way mapping, creating the most detailed map of the galaxy, which is going to give Gaia a run for its money. And
Oh
our dogs.
boy.
Jack and Leia are starting to play.
Jack
Is
and
that the
Leia.
Legacy Survey of Space and Time?
They're gonna
What was
take
that?
it.
Is that the Legacy Survey of Space and Space and Time, or that's the 10-year survey? The Legacy Survey of Space and Time that it's doing.
For Gaia?
For Rubin.
Yes, I mean it'll be part of the.
Yeah.
It's also going to, since it is taking big pictures of the sky every 3 days, it's going to be capturing sudden events like supernovae and other fleeting.
No, hey.
No,
I
So-
don't know my
we're gonna be
voice.
seeing things.
So this is a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
And so, I mean, seriously, here's to the
Yeah,
Rubin
cheers.
Observatory.
Absolutely.
We basically did a whole episode on Rubin there.
Mhm.
Yeah, we are blowing past our usual runtime, which is fine because this is a wrap-up of the year.
I know.
Yeah, we
Man.
saw.
So get cozy, folks. Oh, as Tom Candy said about the Tolkien, we're not even halfway done yet. That's a reach. I'll send that link to you guys later. It's
Okay.
hilarious.
I'm like,
Trust
what are
me.
you talking about?
Trust me. It's delightful.
Okay.
All right, so this will be quick. This
right.
moves into my second story, which is something that I like.
It's near and dear to your fancy physics heart.
Yeah, Mike's heart. It's near and dear to Mike's heart, and it's also related to Barry Rubin Observatory. And so, dark matter behaves normally.
Aww.
Wait, what how do you define normal?
We don't want it to behave normally.
What does that mean?
So it's not
no
a
punk
story
matter.
that hit the big news, but it really does have some pretty
Implications.
profound implications for.
Basically, it behaves as we've expected it to behave.
Yeah, it has some profound implications for our understanding of the universe for something that we don't fucking understand. But anyway,
That's too bad.
So basically, some researchers at the University of Geneva wanted to ask the question. Well, they did ask the question. It wasn't that they wanted to.
They just did it.
It's not like they were like, "Damn, I wish I could ask this question."
No questions, please.
They wanted to know if dark matter, large scales, follows like normal physics is that we currently understand it.
Yeah.
Or is there a fifth force that we don't know of?
My God.
Yes.
Wait, fifth force. So, wait, the strong nuclear force. You got the energy. You got the weak nuclear force. And the other one.
About ready to get into it.
And then we all know the fifth one
ordinary
is
matter.
the low-hanging fruit of midichlorians.
Oh God, damn it! That's well done, Liz. That was very well done.
If you run out of drinks, it's your fault.
Yeah, I'm close.
It's fine. I got
All right.
water.
So that we know that ordinary matter is affected by four known fundamental forces:
right.
gravity,
Electromagnetism.
Those are the two forces that we experience in our everyday life. But then you also have two more, which that if they were not there with the strengths that they have, we would not be here. And they are the strong and weak nuclear forces, and they work at the level of nuclei and that type of thing.
Small.
So the big question is there a fifth force that scientists don't know about that works on?
Is there a fifth element?
Probably. God, it's such a good movie.
So what these astronomers decided to do was they decided to compare the velocities of galaxies in gravity wells, so in galactic clusters and things like that. And
large scale to get at the small scale.
Yes, exactly. And so what they were doing is they were looking at their velocities, how fast they're moving in relation to everything else, based on the gravity that they are in, and so if there is a fifth force, they should move differently, based on the calculations of Newton and Einstein and all of that.
Okay.
Kind of stuff.
Okay.
And so they should move differently. We should see a deviation from their calculated movements.
If there's a fifth force.
If there's a fifth force. So if they move like we would expect, like throwing a rock in the air and how it moves, like Brandon talking about
parabolic arch.
Parabolic arch right there. And so if parabolic motion, or like the comet that 3I Atlas that Brandon talked about,
but it's hyperbolic.
It is hyperbolic, but it's still, you can calculate what it's doing based on Newton and Einstein.
Right. Because everything is calculated based on Newton or Einstein.
Does it move like Jagger?
And what these astronomers found was it did not.
No
Oh.
deviant behavior.
The
No
plot
deviant
thickens.
behavior.
It's just a bunch of squares out there in space.
Yeah, and that it was like just perfectly ordinary.
It's just fine. Just
Yeah.
doing
It's unfortunate.
So what's the big deal
I
with
know,
this?
it's
It actually
boring.
eliminates some exotic ideas for dark matter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bummer.
And it also eliminates the ones that call for a modification of gravity.
No, we want modifications. We want differences. We want to break physics.
Break it.
I do want to break physics. However, I don't want to
Don't
break
wanna
it.
break physics.
No, I do.
But you
I
don't.
do want to break physics. I do want.
You only want to see the chaos.
I want
that
new
ensues.
physics, but to break physics in a way that also breaks Einstein and Newton and that type of thing,
Oh.
I don't like that.
Oh, you don't
I
want
don't like
Einstein.
that.
Take that, Einstein. You don't want a little. You don't want that.
I
Listen,
know-
Newton's a questionable character, but I want
No,
Einstein to be right.
No, I
Any-
want
anybody from Newton's time is questionable.
I want Einstein to be right.
Actually,
to a
Einstein's
point-
kind of questionable as well.
To a
Personally.
point, you know,
That's fair.
I realize that Einstein is wrong. Fundamentally, Einstein is wrong, but you know, this is not where I want
Timely
physics to
reference,
break. I want physics to break at like you know, fundamental levels. Is this boring to you?
No, I just.
No. I'm sorry. For those of you on the podcast, I had to read a comment from the chat. I want new physics. Ron says, "Quote: We have perfectly good physics back home."
So, you know, what's the big deal is that, you know, dark matter makes up, you know, 5 times the amount of ordinary matter, and having
how
a
about
better
that?
understanding of what it is a good thing. And so, there's more work to be done, and that work is going to come from the Rubin Observatory.
Hey.
And Desi, which is near and dear to
Desi Arnaz?
yes,
Not that Desi.
Oh.
Not
which
that
is
Desi.
near
But I
and
love
dear
Desi.
to Ron Proctor.
Oh yes, I'm very excited for Desi stuff. It's
Yeah.
Anyway,
I put some of that Desi stuff on the dome this morning. Looks fabulous.
Nice.
all right, you're up.
Oh, it's my turn now?
All right, Liz, we got 30 seconds left. Have a good time.
Okay. All right. So basically, so what I wanted to do, and this is, you went way more into depth with Ruben than I thought you were going to go in with Ruben. So I was going to highlight some of the James Webb's accomplishments over the past
Webby Webs.
year, some of which we highlighted in A High in the Sky, but Webby Webs is, you know.
Oh, hold on.
Oh
breaking
my God,
news,
we got the
everybody.
Ruben
We
egg roll
have-
recipe.
We have it, Brandon.
Oh my
Brandon, grab
God,
this.
someone
You have
screenshot
to grab
that.
this.
Oh my God. Taking a picture right now.
Jeez, I love that. Oh, we will have to substitute Swiss cheese for
Click.
something else, so like pepper jack or
We got to make a day this week. We all make this.
mm.
All right, what do we have? We have
We have
Reuben egg
almost-
rolls.
We have almost all of those ingredients.
Third of a pound corned beef or deli pastrami, cut into lean strips, 5 ounces slices of Swiss cheese, shredded, 1 ounce of cheese
There's
softened,
more.
and a fourth oh my God, it keeps going.
My God, we have the sauerkraut. We don't have the egg roll wrappers, and we don't have the pastrami, but we got pretty much everything else. We can.
Do you have the fennel seeds?
Well, of course, Ron, you did the artsy part. Anyway, no one who listening to this podcast can see the chat, but just bear with us. All right. So, but before we get into James Webb, there
hard to
is
agree with
one
us.
piece of news I wanted to highlight because it led me into making a little planetarium short, basically putting the video of it on the dome because I thought it was super cool and should be on a dome. And I stand by that decision. And that was the new adaptive optics that was used to image raindrops in the sun's
see
coronal
it.
rain. The GST system, Kona uses a mirror that continuously reshapes itself 2,200 times per second to counteract turbulent air, and was able to give us basically these this is a video of coronal rain on the sun, and there's multiple videos and images
Ooh, look at that.
of the sun's activity, and I just thought it was the most beautiful thing.
Now, do you want those raindrops dropping on your head?
No, because you would die very quickly. You
What
die
about all
even
the
before they
epic
hit
ways to
you,
die?
actually. But I would die in that
Oh,
way.
that's so
Yes,
cool.
I'll die by coronal rain. I'll
That's
take
so
that.
cool.
So
Corona
anyway,
rain.
so if you have a Digistar, look up coronal rain in your
We
cloud.
all right. We've had a couple of throwbacks just with this. We've had some like 1970 song "Raindrops Falling on My Head" to like that dude who did like the
Chocolate
YouTube
Rain.
Chocolate Rain. Yeah.
And just by the way, scientists from the U.S. National Science Foundation, National Solar Observatory, and the New Jersey Institute of Technology, they produced these images and videos.
Nice.
Jersey?
New Jersey. I'm
Would
sorry,
allow it.
Brandon.
Would allow it.
This is the one time New Jersey gets a little bit of a pass for, all right, just a
Hi,
little bit
buddy.
of a pat on the shoulder for New Jersey, but never in any case otherwise. All right, so that's cool. Or hot, but let's move on to James Webb. So James Webb, this is a 2025 picture showcase of James Webb. We're starting with the most recent, going back through the year to January, and we're starting with, and this was in our most recent episode of High in the Sky, but the Wolf-Rayet binary star APEP, which is 8,000 light years away in the constellation of Norma. This is two Wolf-Rayet stars, which are super high, just fucking energetic stars. They are orbiting each other every 190 years, and each orbit they make a close pass for 25 years, producing and spewing this amorphous carbon dust that that basically produces these concentric rings from the stars. This image itself is 4 light years across. There's
so
actually
cool.
a third companion that kind of does a little interruption and causes these kind of voids within the rings, or disruptions within the rings that you're seeing. So
So that is how you destroy the ring.
that is how you destroy the ring. And a
Oh my
Wolf-Rayet
gosh.
star right
We're
there.
just gonna.
I got a drink, but we're not on the right page for the drinking. So there you go. There's the tail end of the drink graphic. Now I go back to the images. All right. Next is Sagittarius B2 molecular
Oh.
cloud. These two images, one is with the NIRCam and one is with the MIRI
Is it the same
filters.
one? There we go.
And Sagittarius B2 is 26,000 light years away in the constellation of Sagittarius. It's the largest star-forming cloud region in the Milky Way, a few hundred light years from our central black hole. So hanging out near there. And the empty areas of space that you see here, kind of like some dark areas, it's actually so dense with gas and dust that Webb itself cannot even see through it.
It's like Leia.
Yeah. Webb cannot penetrate Leia's gases. And this image as well is for oh no, I was looking at the wrong thing. Clearly you can see the key there on how the length of light years across this is. And in the MIRI image, which is the bottom image with the purples and the blues, the blue dots you see in it, those are the brightest stars in this area. They emit strongly enough to appear through the dense clouds of gas and dust as these blue pinpoints. So there you go. Next on what Webb saw was the protostellar jet SH2284. This is a NIRCam image. This is 15,000 light years away in the constellation
close.
of Orion, which Orion, heavy with star formation and shit. Like, it's very active constellation. This image is 8 light years across. And so there's a protostar that's kind of in the center of this. All these little stars with these, like, that star light effect coming from them, those are going to be like basically closer. They're not part of the nebula itself or this area itself, but the star's in the center and it's emitting these jets as it's basically being born. This material is basically being emitted at hundreds of thousands of miles per hour from the central protostar, weighing as much as 10 of our suns. And this is basically a birth announcement to the universe.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's
All
like
right.
a birth announcement, being like, hey, new star born.
So instead of the images of the baby, inside of you, just send this.
Just send this, exactly, as your birth announcement. Just send this, like as
Surprise.
oh my god, as the sonogram, and you have like this image in the sonogram.
I don't.
I could Photoshop that shit, but I
Are
want
you
it to be a xenomorph.
at that point?
but
Like, are you a god?
yes,
Do you have stars being birthed inside you?
every woman is a god for being
I
able to give life.
I accept this.
All
Yes,
right,
without
thank you.
question.
Thank you. Next, we have NGC 6072, a planetary nebula in both NearCam on the left and Miri on the right. This is a planetary nebula, so it's basically the death of a sun-like star. It is 3,200 light years away from Earth in the constellation of Scorpius. The circular
Wow.
shells around the outflows from the central dying star, which in the Miri image on the right is in pink. You can see that central remnant, which would be a white dwarf at this point.
Remind me what this is called.
This
This
is
just this,
NGC 6072.
but there's not because can I submit a name for it?
Yes.
I want to call this image Kitten Mittens.
Kitten mittens. I approve this. I approve this. And actually, that ties in very well to the next one, which is the Cat's Paw Nebula.
Meow.
Southpaw?
Cat's Paw.
Oh, cat's paw.
Oh, that's
So
Rocky.
the
Yeah.
inside of the kitten mittens is the cat's paw, although not related to NGC 6072. But this image was actually released for James Webb's, and can you believe it, third anniversary. Third anniversary.
No!
Third anniversary.
For more on time, go
Check
check
out
out
our
the episode on time.
What? Wait a minute.
Yeah, 3 years. This year. So the cat's paw, by the way,
2025
yeah.
is 3 years?
yeah. It shows its toe beans, I guess, are the kind
Little
of...
toe beans.
Oh, wait a minute. Is 3 years that first image or 3 years
think-
from launch?
Since it launched.
Oh, that's
Because
Christmas Day.
it was launched in December.
It was.
Well, maybe
it
it's
was
first.
launched on
I don't
Christmas
know.
Day.
But anyway,
we watched it.
This was released as
Oh my
part
God,
of the
you're
third
right.
year anniversary. So, it's 5,500 light years away in the constellation of Scorpius. This is a star-forming region. So massive young stars are carving away at the nearby gas and dust. So you can see where they've carved away as the toe beans in the cat's paw.
I just want to interrupt for a moment because I
Yes.
do want to do a shout out to Ron
Okay.
with the
Yes.
Rock the
Clash
cat's paw?
reference.
Rock the cat's paw.
Yes, the
Rock the
Clash
cat's paw.
reference to Rock the Cat's Paw. Nice.
That's solid.
Just that is
Solid.
solid. That is a
You know
solid
what?
punk
We will
reference
take a drink.
right there.
We will take a drink to Rock the Cat's Paw. Right there. I approve that.
Take a drink if you have drinks.
Take a drink if you had it. Drink if you got it.
We've done so many drinks.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's wild that punk songs are now just pure mainstream. I don't know how this happens.
Oh,
It's not. Okay.
Hangover. Keep going.
Next, we have the Bullet Cluster. This is in NearCam.
Oh, we
So,
talked about this. Yeah.
This is 3.7 billion light years away.
With the
towards
B.
The
Is
is this
constellation
like
of Carina.
bourbon cluster?
The Bullet Bourbon Cluster. Yes. This
Nice.
is sponsored by Bullet.
We got some sponsor ideas.
So in the center, you can actually see this light blue spiral galaxy. The clusters of galaxies are on either side of that galaxy.
It stands
you
alone.
can kind of see them in white. And also in this image where you see these kind of like, it looks like these like lines stretched. That is what's called gravitational lensing.
Boom,
Where
boom,
those
boom.
galaxy clusters
Ooh.
are it's bending the light from objects
You
behind
know who
them.
predicted that?
Einstein.
Yes, you did.
Good old Einie.
You
No, I
know
don't
who
like
actually
that.
said that you should be able to see those things?
Einstein.
Fritz
Oh.
Zwicky.
Zwickster
But
and
at-
Einster.
But at the same time, Einstein went to sleep during the Eddington's eclipse because he was certain they were going to see it. So
But that's
whatever.
I mean,
I mean, how
that
old
is-
was he? I mean, can
that
you
is
blame
believing in
anybody for
yourself.
taking a nap?
That is believing
where
in
it's the
yourself.
place to start.
Now, next we have my favorite galaxy, the Sombrero,
Sombrero,
galaxy.
yes.
This is a galaxy that's 30 million light years away in the constellation of Virgo. Also a Virgo, but that's not related to anything because astrology doesn't mean
Oh.
jack shit.
I haven't seen this picture before. I've not seen this exact picture before.
Okay,
this
so
is phenomenal.
This is a compilation between, I believe it's Neri and Mearcam, and so it's all James Webb. There is a Hubble image of the Sombrero Galaxy. You can Google that as well.
Oh yeah,
The
fabulous.
Sombrero Galaxy is a spiral type galaxy, just like the Milky Way. We just happen to be able to see it more edge on.
Head on.
And
Apply
so
directly to the forehead.
And so we're seeing that disk of that spiral galaxy just really sharp and really clear. The near-infrared image shows where the dust from the outer ring blocks stellar light from the inner portion of the galaxy, and then the mid-infrared image, which is the Miri image on the right-hand side, that actually shows the dust glowing. And again, this is another image where it looks a little grainy, it looks a little low res. Those are individual fucking stars.
Oh shit, really?
That you're seeing. Yeah, so everything that you're seeing, especially on the right-hand side, that looks like it's grainy, those are stars. Wow. Those are all fucking stars.
I mean, what a time to be living.
And those stars, by the way, they're not necessarily at the same distance of the galaxy. Like they're in our galaxy, so they're not necessarily... Because obviously all the stars in the galaxy are going to be in the galaxy, not outside of the galaxy. But we're able to resolve individual stars that are just fucking...
But the chances that, like, if it's in our galaxy, you're going to see the little crosshairs.
Yeah, that's true.
On it.
That's true.
And I'm just so happy that we as a nation have decided to fund endeavors such as this to enhance our understanding of the universe around us.
It's so... It just isn't... I mean, not only does it give beautiful images, but it just, like... It just opens up the universe for us, you know?
Yeah.
It just opens up the universe. You can also see other galaxies in this image, like in the fucking top
top right there?
Top right there, you see that other spiral galaxy kind of head on. I mean,
like, the
amazing.
thing is, like, for us, the Hubble Space Telescope gave us beautiful imagery.
Yeah.
We could take that into a planetarium. You can put it on a stamp. It literally is on a fucking stamp.
Google the most high-res image of Andromeda Galaxy from Hubble. It is
gorgeous. My God. I've seen that
also,
in 12K. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But pillars of creation. Yeah. But to a scientist, to an astronomer, that's all cool. But Hubble rewrote our understanding of the universe. Dark energy. It looked into dark matter.
It sounds like there should be a great story about Hubble's universe somewhere.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, we gotta take a drink?
No, I forgot to turn it off last time. I just didn't turn it off.
But,
all right.
So imagine how James Webb Space Telescope, with all this beautiful imagery, though, is going to rewrite our history books. Yeah. I mean, our astronomy books, our physics books.
Much to the despair of the people that work at Pearson. But yes.
That work where?
At Pearson. They're very large.
The textbook people. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Got you. Got
you. I was gonna grab my James Webb stamps, but they're actually in my bedroom behind me. I thought they were next to me.
So Elizabeth has James Webb stamps.
I do have them.
Brandon has James Webb stamps at all. We don't
have
any stamps because we don't mail shit. Anyway, okay. So next, we can use James Webb to look out into the universe primarily, but we can also use it to look closer to home. It's actually harder to image things closer to home than it is to look at things further out because it's more designed to look further out than closer to home.
Right. I would also think this. Okay.
But we have some aurora on Jupiter.
Oh, closer to home, like in
our solar system. Not us.
I immediately went to Earth?
Yeah, no, we're taking pictures, taking selfies.
Can't do that.
No. Here, this image is of Jupiter's auroras, which are 100 times brighter than auroras here on Earth. And because James Webb looks in the infrared, at various infrared wavelengths, we can use James Webb to really get some good images of the aurora and try to understand those processes on Jupiter a little bit better. So these are some aurora on Jupiter. And it's not the only one I'm going to talk about, but I will get to that a little bit later.
All right.
Next, we have NGC 1514. This is another planetary nebula that is 2,300 light years away in the constellation Taurus. And I wanted to highlight this because you can see the central star in the center pretty clearly in this image. But this is kind of the first planetary nebulae image that really had like as a flat image, a 3D feel to it.
It looks like a snare drum.
It does. And so they can image these objects and kind of understand better how the evolution of gases and how they spread throughout space, and what happens as they kind of lose those outer layers as the star shrinks down into white dwarf, etc. The same thing can be said for if it's a supernova and how that
Damn
gas
it.
expands through space. So I just thought this was fun because it looks really
So you for those of you listening to the podcast and not watching us, Mike and I both had the exact same reaction to the chat comments. Because
go for
Elizabeth
it.
said it looks like a ring.
Wait a
To
minute,
which
did you just say Elizabeth?
Elizabeth in chat,
Oh,
not
Elizabeth in
me,
chat.
because he
I-
knows
to
better
which-
Oh, yeah.
than
Yes.
to call me Elizabeth.
To which Mr. Ron Proctor said, Hubble photos, boil them, mash them, stick them in the stew. So we'll take a drink to that.
So we will
Oh, okay. All right.
Not that I can, because I'm out at this point.
take a drink. Take some water.
Oh my god! All right, I just want to say for the OCD folk in the world, NASA, when you do put out an image of James Webb Space Telescope, and you put the little northwest.
That's how it's aligned on the plane of
I know. Can you make north be straight
straight
up?
up. No, they can't.
No,
They're
they
not gonna do
can.
it. They're not
They
gonna
can.
do
So
They
that's
can
actually
rotate
wait, no,
the
no, no.
image.
Not gonna do it.
But north means something different in astronomy terms, and we can have a whole episode on that.
You
I
know,
think we
no,
have.
I completely
we have.
get that. I get that, but
All the images and did explain that whole north-south compass direction and what it meant and everything. So
yeah, and I also realize that it's also oriented for a spacecraft.
yes.
So,
Okay.
but still,
Moving on.
no.
Yes.
See, it's got it too.
I know. It's fucked up. The spatial awareness
No.
is fucked up. This is the Milky Way center. This is a combination of a meerkat,
Jesus
which is
Christ.
a radio telescope, and then a Webb image on this tiny little portion of near the center of our Milky Way, where the Sagittarius A star, our central black hole, resides. The Webb image here in infrared.
This is like Brandon's dying.
This is a star-forming region that is 200 light years from the center of the Milky Way and 26,000 light years from Earth. That Webb is able to capture here, and I just think this image is wild and shows the chaoticness of when you get closer to chaoticness of the universe, but also towards the center of a galaxy, and just. It's just beautiful, actually. It's just a beautiful image. If you ignore the annotations, it's beautiful.
If I could say number one, yes, it's fucking gorgeous image. But number two, did you say this was the meerkats?
Yes.
I just wanted to make that abundantly clear.
The
This was the meerkats.
Meerkat
radio
radio
telescope.
telescope. Meerkat. It says it
Okay.
up in the upper right corner.
left.
Upper left corner. Whatever.
Other right.
Whatever directions are. Jesus.
Up near the end.
All right. Anyway, we're going to go back closer to home.
Hey.
What planet is this?
Hubble.
Anybody guess? What planet is this?
Oh, yes. What
Give it
planet?
a test.
I'm
This
going
is
to
a
say
Well,
test.
Uranus.
Oh, come on.
You're saying
It's
that's
my
Neptune?
This
my
is
favorite
Neptune.
planets.
No,
It's Neptune.
because I thought it was a trick question
Oh.
because Uranus does have clouds.
Yes, it does.
But its blue is darker hue than
This
this.
is Neptune. So you can see the Hubble image and Hubble plus Webb. Now, what Webb is showing you on the left, these cyan splotches that you see, these are auroral activity on Neptune. This is
On the right.
on the right.
You've got
I
to get
can't.
your directions right.
Okay. This is the Elizabeth has added creme de menthe to her coffee, so welcome Elizabeth to the show. So this is the first time that we have observed auroral activity have captured direct evidence of auroral activity on Neptune. Thanks to Webb.
That is spread out.
It is spread out. Now, what
it is.
what is interesting is that Neptune's magnetic field is tilted by 47 degrees from the planet's rotational axis, which is
okay.
what causes the auroral activity to not
Oh.
be located primarily in the northern and southern poles like it is here on Earth and Jupiter, and why it's more on like the side of the planet.
Yeah, but even that if you went back and looked at Jupiter, don't do it. The aurora still is on.
It's
still on quote
The
unquote the
y-axis.
surface
Yeah.
of the planet. Don't go back. Just don't go back.
Oh,
Here
it's underneath
is
it anyway.
here is it looks like this is like nebulosity surrounding the planet.
Yeah, I think that like if you can looking at our YouTube preview, they don't see all this shit around the planet. And I think that's our TV that we're looking at this image on. So they're mainly only seeing what's on the planet.
Okay, I can't.
I know you can't
No,
see it
you
because of your
yeah,
eyes.
you see everything.
Oh, do you? Okay,
I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, anyway, whatever. So this is
It's interesting. I'm not saying
this
it's
is
not
auroral
right,
activity
obviously.
on Neptune, first basically directly captured for the first time thanks to the Webb.
That's cool, though.
James
That's
Webb.
really cool.
I know. I thought it was cool.
It's completely unexpected from my
Back out
perspective.
in space, we have Herbig-Haro 4950, an outflow from a nearby still-forming star. This we did feature in A High in the Sky. This is 625 light years from Earth in the constellation of Chameleon, which is going to be in the southern hemisphere sky. There is a face-on spiral galaxy in the distant background, kind of at the tip of this outflow, which is just coincidence. It's simply coincidence how it lined up with this image to make it look like it's pointing to it or it's involved in some way.
Yeah, it would have to, because otherwise, if that's a supernova, that structure would not be there.
Yeah, no. So that galaxy that you're seeing
That's wild.
is just a happenstance to be there. It's just a coincidence that it's right there in that positioning. But basically think of it like water, like a water wake generated by a speeding boat. There's a fast moving jet slamming into surrounding dust and gas from this star that's still forming down in like kind of the bottom right that you can't see of this image. And the what you're seeing here is a lot of molecular hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Jets and stuff. You can also see some like foreground stars and also distant galaxies that are kind of coming through that jet of gas and dust.
Excellent.
Now, of course, we like to look at deep space stuff, but also what we've been able to find are exoplanets.
Hey!
And we've been able to directly image exoplanets with James Webb. This system is the multi-planet system HR 8799 that is 127 light years away in the constellation of Pegasus. Observations have detected carbon dioxide in each of the planets. So the star is notated as the star in the image. And the planets are the letters that are there. And this basically provides strong evidence that the system's 4 giant planets form much like Jupiter and Saturn did in our solar system. The B planet orbits at 6.3 billion miles from the star. It looks like it's much closer in this image, but it's 6.3 billion miles away from that star.
All right, so, but to give perspective, Pluto's about, 4 billion?
Yeah, so it's not
One and a half of Pluto's.
unusual.
That's
distance,
wild.
In a planetary system. The E planet orbits 1.5 billion miles from the center star. It likely formed closer to the star because there's a bit of more variation in its composition. But we can directly image exoplanets with James Webb, so that's really exciting.
That's wild.
Can we see exoplanets with James Webb, but we can find basically cooler objects that are cooler than protostars, known as brown dwarfs, in stellar nurseries called the Flame Nebula. And what we're seeing here is the Flame Nebula, which is 1,400 light years from Earth in the constellation of Orion. Orion again, baby maker. And this was actually a part of a study to see what is the lowest mass limit for brown dwarfs. And so
how many Jupiters was that?
I don't know how many Jupiters that was, but this is just what was released as part of that study, and an interesting image to be like, hey, oh look, we can see these objects that we wouldn't be able to see with like a Hubble,
right?
And other telescopes due to their low mass, and they're not that they're operating more in the infrared than another wavelength, being like higher in mass or more energetic. And so this I remember covering in A High in the Sky as well. Next we have LINS 483. It's 650 light years away in the constellation of Serpens, which is a snake. And this is basically ejections from 2 actively forming stars that are here. So they're ejecting all this material out into space, which I mean, can you just imagine? Like, I
Cool.
mean, I know we can't see most of this shit with our eyeballs because our eyeballs suck in terms of, like,
Eyeballs are pretty good, but yeah,
they're,
like
I mean, they're all right,
they
but
they've kept us alive this
I
long,
mean,
which is
yeah,
maybe
sure,
is a detractor to them.
we can see
Uh,
some things,
but that is gorgeous.
right? I mean, imagine just like, being in space and seeing that. Anyway, all right, next we have, now, there is a famous supernova remnant known as Cassiopeia A. This
Oh,
is not that remnant, but it is actually light echoes from that
as
remnant.
as they said in Greece, Liz, tell me more.
I will tell you more. So it's 11,000 light years away. So these kind of, and I quote from wherever I pulled this information from, which was James Webb's, one of the James Webb websites where I got the image, was shimmering cosmic curtains, which is just so elegant. Shimmering cosmic curtains show interstellar gas and dust that's been heated by the flashbulb explosion of this long ago supernova, Cassiopeia A. So the gas glows in the infrared light. It's a thermal light echo. And the supernova illumination travels through space at the speed of light, and so the echo then appears to expand as it travels through space. So this is just like an overtime image, and you can see a little different orientation between like that top section and the bottom two, and that's just how the orientation of the
It
telescope was at the time.
it's also strange that we can see differences in images far away over time.
Yeah.
It's like looking at Sagittarius A star, the black hole in the center of a galaxy, and seeing objects orbit it. And it's just wild.
In fact, I have a really perfect example of that next. We started the
Ooh.
year with the Wolf Rayet. Oh, I'm sorry. We started with the most recent end of the year Wolf Rayet APEP binary stars that cause those concentric circles of gas and dust coming from them. Well, we began 2025 with a Wolf Rayet star, a comparison of this gas and dust coming off of it. This is Wolf Rayet 140. It lies over 5,000 light years away in the Cygnus constellation, Cygnus Swan. So the winds from this massive star basically are buried within this white central region. And the second image is the materials collide, and that material compresses, and it forms carbon-rich dust that moves away from the stars. So you can see in the the A and B comparison image, that the 14-month difference between the images, the dust racing away from the central star is almost 1% the speed of light, and no longer lines up with
I
the first image. So you can
I
see
I can't wait in like 6 years when there's a GIF of this made and you can actually see
the
these
movement.
wavelengths being moved.
Yeah,
Yes.
how it goes out in space. So even just 14 months, we can look and see how it's different as that gas and dust, impacts
Excellent.
its surroundings and compresses and moves out. So I mean, it was a lot, right? But these are just, oh God, I turned it off this time.
These are just a few of our favorite things.
Yeah, so I mean, James Webb Space Telescope is doing a lot. It's done a lot. It's gonna hopefully continue to do a lot. It is helping us understand our universe in a way that we haven't been able to before, because it's a bigger and better telescope, and what we need to see the universe, to understand the universe, are telescopes, because light is our information. It's our data that we get. Yep. And we need light, and
Yeah.
I'm not just talking visible light. Obviously, our eyeballs, as great as they are, only
We
see
need
a small
wavelengths.
spectrum. But there's radio to gamma, and we develop telescopes to see all of this information. And this is the only information that we can get
I
from
think
the
Radio
entire
to Gamma
universe.
is the name of my next band.
Radio to Gamma. I like it. Now, I do have an honorable mention
Yes.
for 2025. All right, there's a lot of great new technologies, a lot of great science, a lot of great whatever coming out, but I would like to give a shout out that this year, in 2025, Saturn, one of a lot of people's favorite planets, like Mike's favorite planet right here,
Also, Suzanne.
Saturn.
I don't know if it's your favorite planet. It's your favorite accessory to a planet.
Uh,
Okay.
It's got some cool rings. But Saturn this year in 2025 had 128 new moons discovered, bringing the total of Saturn's moons to 274, kicking Joopy Joop's ass.
So last year, Jupiter vaulted into the lead.
Yes.
And with the number of moons it had.
I feel like this is one of those like baseball races they have in the game with the bobblehead guys that are running.
What's really funny to me is I took that almost personally.
You were just like, how?
It's just like, wait a minute. Come on, Saturn.
What are you doing?
And then Saturn's like,
hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
I remember when Jupiter had the most moons at 67.
I know.
Back in my day.
That was a lot of moons.
No. Back in my day, 16 moons for Jupiter?
At least it wasn't 4 back in the day, right?
That's true. That Galileo's day.
I was born like a couple years after that.
Galileo.
So,
oh no.
Yeah.
So these are irregular moons, which actually means that they formed from larger objects that were captured by Saturn's gravity and eventually collided with one another and fragmented. So there was a lot of activity in our early solar system.
Unless we find that one of these 274 moons are no moon.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. You have no drink, dude.
That's why I can say it.
Elizabeth says 270 Saturn moons over my hammy. Oh my god.
That's a good one.
Moons over my... every time I go to Denny's, I would get a moons over my hammy.
It's a grand slam, a bust.
And I would... Oh no, it's all about moons
In
over
all
my
honesty,
hammy.
we should go to Denny's.
We don't have a Denny's anywhere near us.
No, but Eugene does.
Anyway, so congratulations to Saturn for being the current moon record holder of 2025 in the solar system of the sun with the planet Earth around it.
Keep up with us next year to find out if Jupiter comes back. This time next year, we'll find out.
Back? I'm gonna say
Jupiter,
no.
the moon is.
It's like a great Dragon Ball Z episode. Will Jupiter come back from losing its moon?
I would love it, actually. I would love like a...
Me too.
Instead of an arms race, we have a moons race.
A moons race.
So that
it's not a scene, folks. Sorry, can I say it? Because I feel like one person in the chat will like this.
Okay, go for it.
It's not a scene. It's a goddamn moons race. Wait for it. Wait for the response in chat. There's a delay. And let's wait for it to come back.
Well, I will say I like Katie's reference, Jupiter Strikes Back.
That's a good one. It's probably better.
What was Katie's?
Jupiter Strikes Back.
Jupiter Strikes Back, yes.
Elizabeth says nice. Nice.
Well, that's... okay.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah.
Nice.
Solid.
That's what you
Solid.
got.
Solid.
Not what you were expecting.
I'm waiting for Katie specifically.
I feel like I'm too old. I don't understand what the reference is. Oh, Katie got
there it
gave
is.
a LOL.
I'll take it. But it's all caps, by the way.
Yes,
anyway.
That means something.
Anyway, so technically, yes, I was leaving this episode. So I will say, as Liz said, well... Thank you for joining us for this.
Panic at the Disco, is that what that is?
Yes, indeed it is.
All right.
Is that Fall Out Boy though? I think that's Fall Out Boy.
Oh, if it's Fall Out Boy, you can get the fuck out right now.
Well, that's what we're about to do, folks. We're about to get the fuck out. This was the last episode of 2025. So thank you as we get out of here. Watch us, join us in all the things, watch the shots, join us for the hangover if you're still around. And quite frankly, space, the universe, the galaxy is a magical place. I'm glad you are here with us. Join us next year as we continue exploring the dynamics of the worlds around us. With that, thank you so very much. See you next year.
Have a great New Year.
Happy New Year,
Cheers.
everybody.
Bye.
If you're with us now live, stick around. We'll be back with The Hangover, which may be very short. I don't know. We'll see what's happening. Oh, God, it is Fall Out Boy. I can't.
All right.
I can't.
Cheers, everybody.
Anyway, we'll be
Happy
back.
holidays. Happy New Year.
We just said bye. Now I'm just transitioning.
Yeah.
Hashtag Pete Wentz.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll see you in a bit. We're back.
We're back. Yay.
Welcome back to where we are all smelling toast and speaking gibberish, and we are ready to go.
Oh,
Stroking?
I managed
Stroking?
with all the little, hey, take a drink.
Yeah, you only did
I only
one
did
drink.
one drink. Now
Me
I'm
too,
on my
because that's all I
second one.
had.
We still have to do shots.
Yeah,
I
and
am fucked.
Oh, oh.
the rest of
and
the-
before this episode, because my meth raccoon of a dog was having a time, I took a shot. So
Brandon's feeling
I'm
great.
doing all right.
which, by the way, was very vodka heavy. And you can
Oh.
just see
He
it.
did not like
on
it.
brand.
It was
Did
not good at
like it.
all.
I just want to say that Ron apparently is playing Fallout New Vegas right now, and he's a Fallout man. There's a difference between Fallout Boy, the horrible pop punk
Whoa!
band, atrocious, and the game or show Fallout. Not the same things, and don't
right,
come
all
at
right.
me.
So,
'cause Fallout
no-
sucks.
No,
Fallout
so
Boy
keep that in mind, Liz. Hopefully I remember this. Next time I visit y'all and we do a little mini putt
no.
games and we play our music,
Oh,
you can
no.
best believe there's gonna be a couple dances on there.
Oh God. It's like Fallout
And you won't see it
Boy,
coming because I'll do like
Newfound
solid
Glory.
punk for a while and really good music and then boom.
Which one does that one that's like 10 minutes time? I don't know. I don't know. They're all
What?
really whiny.
All
They're
right.
all really whiny and shitty.
Anyway, so I do remember this. To get us started in Hangover. I do remember that when oh God, I think when I was kind of a younger boy, I remember that my father took me in the city to see a marching band,
Oh,
and he told me, "Son, when you grow up, will you be the leader of the broken, the beaten, and the damned?"
I'm sorry. Your father did this to you?
No, this has got to be. This is lyrics to a song.
What? Is this a Fallout Boy song? What's happening? Oh,
This
no!
is
My Chemical Romance.
Oh, get out of here! It was an Alien Ant Farm, Adam.
Okay, but all right, I'm not the biggest My Chemical Romance fan at all, but they went on a tour recently and they just fucking
Oh,
trolled.
the when we were young
okay.
tour, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
boy.
Was, it was
Oh,
like
our mic is running a little quiet. Oh.
what?
Oh, in that case,
Okay.
I will take over the episode. This is Brandon's Hangover episode.
I'll move it
Yes, it
forward.
is
We'll
the
talk
Eric.
more into our
Yes, it is
microphone.
the Black Parade, Mr. Briggs. Anyway, so in the very beginning of this episode, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance references aside, I had mentioned that Liz knew what the Hangover topic is going to be that we talked about, and we were very excited for it. So I'm going to hand it out to Liz to introduce the topic.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was kind of into trashing Fall Out Boy a little bit more, or trying to think of that song. There's something with yellow. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh, is that
Yellow
like-
Submarine?
Oh, okay, that's
That's
the
where we
Beatles.
all live.
That's the
That's the
Beatles. But you
Beatles.
also had like was it
Uh,
Coldplay who did
no,
it?
it wasn't like a cool. It was one of
was
these
yellow.
like whiny pop punk bands.
It was
that
all
was
yellow.
Yellow Card. Fuck Yellow Card. Yes. Yellow Card.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
That was the place up
It's
Ocean
Fall Out
Avenue.
Boy, Newfound Glory, Yellow Card. These whiny ass fucking pop punkers. Just
Okay,
get out.
all
So,
right,
all right,
hold
so
on.
so fun fact
I-
about Yellow Card. Back in like 2007, no, sorry, 2004, I want to say. There was some kind of competition, and the winner had Yellow Card appear and play in the high school. And guess who won it?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
All right.
I would have ditched that assembly like I did every
I-
other assembly.
Punk is not whiny. Punk is not whiny. It's not.
Okay, there's a difference between like the punk you listen to and like the pop punk of like Yellow Card, Newfound Glory, Fall Out Boy. It's like it is a whininess in the vocal tone.
Well, you just throw Newfound Glory in there like it's no big deal.
Yeah, because yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Is this what we're doing this episode?
Look, music is subjective and everybody's allowed to like whatever music they
Is
want.
this like
and
a Boulay Brothers kind of?
And yeah, and I just personally feel that those bands are exceptionally whiny, and it doesn't appeal
fine.
to my earbuds.
Like I said,
the
there's a
deep
difference between emo
guttural
and punk.
growl and
There's a difference.
nonsensicalness of hearing death metal. You know, you can't understand what they're saying, but I like that
You
vibe.
can't understand what they're
I
saying
like that
either.
energy. So I'm
You
just
cannot.
saying.
No. All right. I understand. I enjoy the energy of punk.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
cool.
Yeah.
enjoy the anti-established.
And a lot of what you listen to isn't that like whiny voice. I mean, it's a little.
And
It's
quite
not.
frankly, sometimes
But
I want to put eyeliner on and discover my inner demons and be in the dark room by myself. I don't see the issue.
But it's just like I don't think I know that I have said this in the past when we first were going out,
this
and
is a younger millennial reference in chat that I don't
Hawthorne
know.
Heights.
that there isn't a big separation between punk and metal.
No, there's not.
There's not. I think.
I mean, I was going to say the immediate difference.
And
but...
I will say one is more musically inclined than the other, which is what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
well, Elizabeth,
two?
to your brother is not wrong, but also back off. Okay, that's sexist. No.
first
I
of all,
love
Alanis
Alanis
Morissette
Morissette.
is peak,
I
so
love Alanis Morissette.
nothing's over that.
Oh,
I had
oh,
Alanis
come
Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. I fucking rock that in my bedroom to myself.
Whiny
And
vagina music.
I can pull that off better than I can most other things. So
Okay, let me ask you this.
No
Go ahead.
offense to your brother.
anyway, I'm sorry. I missed what you were saying because I got
Just
distracted.
never
by that.
mind. Never mind.
So,
I'm not gonna say
let-
it.
let me
We're
ask
joking.
you
We're all
this.
having a good time here. We're all having a good time.
Unrelated to Nirvana's Neverminds, if
Oh.
you had to pick one song to be the main theme of your life,
My
what would you
War.
choose? Damn,
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I got
Fuck
it ready to
Authority?
go.
what?
Not fuck authority.
No. He said, well, okay, well, fuck authority, yeah, but it was my
Theme to your
war.
life, one song, yeah.
It was my war
God, this is
that
a question. I can't do this question.
changed my life. It was my war was a song. It was the first Black Flag song I heard, and it was
It's just Doctor now.
what is this that can channel my teenage anger. I mean, most teenagers they're filled with angst, and all this kind of stuff. And so the University of South Carolina has or had, I don't know if they still have it, but they had college radio, right? And so
Didn't everybody have a college radio?
yeah, I mean, I think
I feel like just from all 80s movies, everybody had a college radio.
yeah, and so I literally I had a radio, and I would listen to it as I'm lying in bed. What? Oh, okay. All right, and so
So bad. I missed that.
I
opportunity.
heard that. So there was a show called Raucous Waves, and
Was it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's more like Raucous Waves, man.
pretty much,
You're listening
pretty
to
much.
Raucous Waves.
Yeah,
on
this is-
102.3 KMDR.
The
Yeah.
Wild.
Except it was WUSC. But anyway,
The Wild.
but yeah, right? And it was the first time I heard it, and it was just like, it spoke to me on so many different levels. And I cannot, all right, fucking never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes.
You can't disappoint the picture.
No. But when I saw Black Flag in Eugene, this was the first time that that I saw them live. They
Yeah.
That was the
didn't
first
go to
time you
South
saw
Carolina.
Black Flag?
No, yeah, they never went to South Carolina. They don't go to like Phoenix, and so I never saw them in Phoenix. And so it was the very first time that I ever saw Black Flag
Me too,
Flag
then. Me
live.
too.
Yeah, we shared that. But I had this moment where I got to like get my picture made.
He was fanboying so
I
hard.
fanboyed. I completely fanboyed.
So hard.
I did. So Mike is not my lead singer for Black Flag. It's what's his face, Henry Rollins. And so
Yes.
I hated Henry Rollins as a teenager.
well, I know you
for
did,
some
but-
unknown reason that I really don't know.
but Henry Rollins did My War, and so that is the vocal of Black Flag.
Got
It,
it.
Right.
it was it was Keith, and then it was Henry, and then now it's Mike, and all this kind of stuff. Well, actually, there was another vocalist in there, but I got a moment in Eugene. It was a small club, and so the band literally had to walk through the audience. And so I got a picture with the current lead singer, but I did have a moment with Greg Ginn, who is their guitarist, who is the lone.
And he looked tired.
He did look tired.
He looked a little bit like, I'm too old for this shit, surrounded by young people.
He is the lone founding member of Black Flag. Yeah. And so I did not get a picture with him. I did not want that to be the case. But I got to have a moment with him where it was like, hey, look, my war spoke to me on such a fundamental level that I can't even describe it. And I just want to say thank you. Mm-hmm. And so it's my war. But if you want a philosophy, it is fuck authority. It is Pennywise with fuck authority, where it is, it is, society has certain expectations of people. And as I don't conform to that. I don't. And I don't think that necessarily you do as well. We do try to operate within that, but the music we listen to is not something that's necessarily...
You're making this very serious.
What?
I know.
Making this very serious.
And you're
yes,
that's a fun question.
It is such an important
Meanwhile,
question.
Like, I don't have an answer. Keep talking.
Brandon asked, what is the one song?
Yeah. One song.
It is like a real... No, you do have... When there is a song that changes your life in a fundamental way, you do have to pay homage to it. And yeah, I am going to take this seriously. There are
Liz.
What did
there
you do?
are Black Flag,
I don't have a legitimate
Pennywise, NoFX, U2 is one of the bands that made me think globally and not locally.
Here's a question. Okay, we always think about.
So you're asking a question to get answering your own?
Yeah, so I don't have to answer this question. So we always talk about in the Planetarium show, like we would always talk about how the first radio signals transmitted, or Hitler,
the Berlin Olympics. Yeah.
Boo 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 boo. But I never thought about our music radio waves. Mike's dying now.
Well, most of ours, Liz, will not be transmitted due to the difference in radio.
What?
Like the wavelengths we're producing now no longer will.
No, it sucks. But when we actually were having music on radio,
there's like a
through the airwaves.
30-year period where that would happen. 40-year period.
What are you talking about? We still have radio going out today, though.
But it was different. For my next shot, not today, but next time we'll get into that.
So none of our music has gone out
in the last decade, 2 decades. Yeah.
Okay, but that's fine.
It's not strong enough.
That hits the most important stuff. All that fucking within the last 2 decades is bullshit anyway.
Hey, we got John to be good going out there on physical media. What else do we need?
90s and before makes it out, then we're good.
And quite frankly, the rest is still unwritten.
If they can avoid hitting new metal, fine. That's better for us. They already got Hitler.
I'm sorry. My reference went unfounded.
Yes, it did.
Went unnoticed this there. Wow.
All right, Brandon.
Anyway, Liz,
what is the song?
What's your...
What is this? No, you will not get out of this. What is, because this is what you usually do. What is the one song for you?
The one song that is the soundtrack. It wasn't necessarily the one song that made the biggest difference, but if I had to go down that route, as Mike did, as I talk aloud here to myself, oh, 1 second. Adam said 3030 by Deltron 3030. So 3030, I believe, Alan can correct me, was about a virus, if I remember correctly, that invaded the mines. Anyway, he'll get back to me on that one. Deltron 30. Solid, Adam.
I know.
I am.
Trying to get out of it.
I would go more for... I want to go for a single song.
Yeah.
Instead, what I would do is go for a theme, not necessarily a voice in my case, but a... general atmosphere.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands,
which is like old pirate shanty.
There once was a truck with an ugly frame, with angles sharp and looks so lame. The people wondered
So
who's to
he's
blame.
playing
The
like
man who goes to
Assassin's
Mars.
Creed Black Flag.
All
He's
hail
going
the
after all the
Cybertruck, the
He's
brick
going
gun
for like a
wheels, the sparkly. Yo,
phonophone
wait,
vibe.
did mine just go bad on that? I solidly hit the Cybertruck shanty. Anyway, no, I think honestly, besides and of course Howard Shore, I can talk about new pornographers or the Decemberists. That's kind of my wheelhouse. But as far as a general tone that kind of introduced me to even like Nujabes and even lo-fi stuff, but it was Explosions in the Sky,
Oh
I would
yeah.
say.
Okay.
Explosions in the Sky hits the tone that is both distant and also isolating and personal, if that makes any kind of sense.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite memories working in the place that shall not be named, was traveling through the cosmos at like 10 light years per second with a slight, twist. So you have stars flying by you and these universes around you, but with explosions in the sky in the background and I don't know how to say it, the lone guitar sound they would have was
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal.
Meanwhile,
It
how many explosions in the sky are taking place every second?
All right,
It's
so
like
ladies and
once a
gentlemen,
second,
think
right?
about this.
It's like once a second. Yeah.
We have 300 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy. And on average, we have one supernova every 50 years, on average, give or take. Well, if you
Oh, wait a minute.
extrapolate
Well,
that,
hold on. That
yes,
we can see from Earth, correct?
yes,
Yes.
that we can identify here on Earth every 50 years on average. Well, if you extrapolate that to see all the other hundreds of billions of galaxies out there with their 300 plus billion stars, well, it turns out if you do the math between how many stars there are and how many supernovae should occur given the cadence in our Milky Way galaxy, that means that somewhere out there in the universe, we have one supernova, one star shredding itself apart every single second.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is
From
insane.
And
from more on that, check out the shot on Brandon's favorite fact.
uh-huh.
Uh,
Hold
but
on,
yes,
hold on.
I
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up.
explosion in the sky just hits the spot for me. It allows me to think on a different plane than I would have otherwise.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Liz, what was it for you?
Britney
I really
Spears,
thought I did
girl named
very.
Lucky.
Oh,
I really. If it was going to be any Britney Spears song, it'd be "Toxic" for one. That's the only
That
one
checks
I will
out.
tolerate listening to. God, I see. I don't know. It's not a question for me because I don't like because I have there's like songs that I focus on, but they evolve through time as I
right.
based on
That's fair.
situation or whatever. But I would say, obviously, and you know this, that the most influential band or the band that hit the most with me, and I would say is probably my favorite band, even though there's so many top
My
bands
Chemical
that I would
Romance.
listen to. And I will
Fall Out Boy.
die if it was one of those. I have a
Barbie
fun
Girl.
story about Barbie Girl, though, actually. But it would be Pantera.
Right.
Yeah, there it is.
Because that was like because I had listened to, I mean, I would watch MTV and listen to and watch all the music videos because that's what it was all the time.
Back in the day.
Headbangers Ball in the evening, and I would listen to a whole range of different music that I enjoyed, and so
Right.
I kind of early on in like elementary school through middle school listened to like a wide range of music, a lot of like, rap even, not never country though, never
No.
never
Well,
country.
let me tell you
Never,
about.
no. Fuck out country. Country. Okay, no, never country.
I can tell you
But
about my friends in low places if you like.
I would, I would
Oh,
steal.
don't do that.
I would steal my
Don't do that.
dad's.
That reminds me of a friend.
I would steal my dad's. Not steal, but I would borrow his like Pink Floyd cassettes and listen to Pink Floyd
And live.
And I did steal his live CD. Yes, that was later. I did steal his Lightning Crashes CD. That one. But anyway, so I would listen to a lot of stuff, and then I would say around middle school is when I got introduced to like Pantera and some of the heavier genres that isn't necessarily mainstream. That then you have to be up
That's
to like
when you were
3 a.m.
corrected.
Headbangers Ball, right? Yeah, and so then I kind of pivoted because there's something in that style of music and the heaviness and like the rawness, even though it is like much raw. Punk is much more raw.
Were
You
you
got
Whereas
gonna
90
say
seconds.
polished
You got
punk?
90 seconds of music
metal is a
in
lot more
punk.
polished than
Punk.
punk
Yeah.
is.
Okay, got you.
Especially like for like studio albums and stuff. But it's just that kind of that like just that I don't know just something about the heaviness of
Yeah.
it and everything
Yeah.
that just kind of I really was drawn to and enjoy, to this day. It just like, I don't know, it makes me feel powerful or whatever it is,
It,
even if it's like something where I need to like calm down or whatever, I'll put on
yeah.
death metal sometimes, and or if I'm angry, put on death metal and that helps me just kind of like get through
Yeah.
it emotionally.
Yeah, you
I
get
mean,
to.
I like that we can say for each of our genres, explosion in the sky and punk and the metal,
I
it
listen to
comes
Explosion in the
from
Sky though.
right, but it comes from a place within the soul that's speaking what you feel,
Yeah.
and that's ultimately kind of music, right? That's
Yeah,
expressing how you
exactly.
feel and the willingness to share it. It's just another form of
Yeah,
literature.
and that's why I was drawn to punk with its antisocial,
Mhm.
mentality, and I do think metal is the same way. It is metal is very antisocial. Punk is extremely antisocial. Um, Society is not something that I necessarily believe in. I don't think society believes in me, so why should I believe in it?
They
Kind of
just
thing.
they just don't know you.
What?
They just don't know you.
Well, no, but
Well,
you
that's part of the
know,
problem, isn't it? They want to like, open themselves to allow to know other people.
but yeah, that's the thing is that like they don't
And I say that
society
knowing we're three white people talking to each other.
society no, okay, it's not all right. It's
No,
not
I
it's not
understand.
just
Yeah.
white people, but if society can't take the time to understand me and people like me, why should I take the time to understand it? And so there's a certain anger that comes out of that. And for me, punk was a great way to channel that anger, but it was also, you know, bands from the 80s, which, that was when I grew up, was that are going to be bands like Kajugugu or Prince, Culture Club, which are, just kind of a big fuck you to society with like Boy George being very quite androgynous and people don't know what to do with that. And the guy from Kajugugu, same kind of thing going on. And, Prince is like, I don't give a fuck about any of you people. And so, yeah. And I think that's what drew me to punk. And I
Yeah.
do I do love metal. I One of the best shows I ever went to was an Iron Maiden show.
Iron Man does good shows.
Yeah, with
Very
Freddie.
theatric.
I
Very
did love
theatric.
Freddie. So
We are now a music podcast, everybody.
yeah,
Yes.
early
Welcome in.
Yeah,
This is
no,
Cosmos with notes.
early UK punk is pretty good, and I know that like people say that like Johnny Rotten is a poser, and he is now, but at the
Yeah.
time that was with Sex Pistols. That was that was incredible shit.
Yeah,
Them,
it's the context. It's the context around the music.
yeah, Sex Pistols, and the Ramones, and Bad Brains, and these kind of bands, and Black Flag, Circle Jerks, the Germs. These
The
were
the most radio friendly band ever, Circle Jerks.
Circle Jerks, exactly. That you never hear any of these bands on the radio. But that is what drew me to it. It's what drew me to it. And like you too, you hear them on the radio,
Yeah.
and it fundamentally also spoke to me.
It gets harder to get the exposure too to certain things, like the exposure to stuff that's not played on the radio back in
Well,
the day. It's like you have to
Radio
then
is so
uh,
formulated.
no, but you have to be in the know. You have to know, and you have to go to the shows.
and that's only because the vast like 80% of the radio stations in America are owned by a single company, Sinclair. If you find
Sorry, I thought
your
we had
local
monopoly
radio
laws.
stations like KOCR in Salt Lake, they do fantastic independent radio that highlights bands, singers, artists in your local spot. So I guarantee you, because I've traveled quite a bit around. There's always at least one local radio station playing the local stuff. Listen to that, go see your local artist, and
Yeah.
those are the people that still feel like punk. They still feel like they speak to you, as opposed to the people that now date Justin Trudeau. You want to find the people in the world that speak to you.
Uh, that was a big part of like my high school years was going to. We had this local Grange hall. It was called the Grange, and that's
The
where
Grange Point?
the little Grange Point, and that's where local bands would play. And so like my friend's band would play there, and we would go see other people's bands that would play
Yeah.
there, and it was a fun time. Yeah, sure, there was some Mike's Hard Lemonade going on in the back parking lot, but you know, whatever. What the adults didn't know didn't hurt them, and then the neighbors
What was the other
started
one?
complaining about the noise apparently. But anyway, Smirnoff
Smirnoff.
Ice.
Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff
There it
Ice.
is.
Smirnoff
That's
Ice.
the other one.
But it was always a really fun time, and it brought in different bands and music that you know were just local to the area. And there's some that I still hear about today on like Spotify or whatever. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know they were still going or still around. But it was like that was like for my group of friends, that was like a peak
Yeah.
like social thing to do.
Let me ask a question. Where were you when
Yes.
the first time that you heard "Smells Like Teen Spirit"?
Oh, who the fuck knows?
I don't know, man.
I was probably
I was probably
7.
at home and I
I don't
saw
know.
it on
No,
MTV.
no, but
The first time you recognized hearing it.
okay,
Is that
all
what
right,
you're saying?
okay. The first time that you
mean-
recognized hearing it.
I swear to God, I think it was Where That Was Cover. I swear to God, I think it was Where That Was Cover.
Okay,
No, it
that's
was
fair.
definitely
Seeing
going to
that
be
music
on
video.
MTV. It was probably on MTV with the music video.
All right, so
and then I have a
did
vague,
you have a reaction to it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I
Okay,
liked
but
it.
really enjoying it.
Well, okay, well I wasn't like I was like 8, 7.
This is why I don't like any of you guys.
Okay, but I do vaguely because
It's fair.
I was 9 and I was in 4th
Yeah.
grade when Cobain killed himself, and I vaguely remember like the MTV breaking the news and being on the news and stuff, and kind of like I
you
didn't
having cable.
have like too much of a physical reaction to it other than like
Yeah.
being like aware of it happening
But
and then
you-
feeling bad like, oh, that sucks,
Like,
and I
if-
liked it Nirvana, but it didn't impact me as
God,
Yeah.
I feel so old now.
but
because
now I look back and go, oh, I wish I
Sure.
understood like the meaning,
Some-
or was really kind of
All right,
older
okay.
to
But
comprehend.
like for me, if Arthur the Aardvark didn't have a reaction to it, I did it because I was like, what 94 was this? 93?
yeah, you were like just born, dude. You were
Yeah,
like
yeah,
4
yeah.
years old.
What year was this? What year was it?
94, 94.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, I was 3 or 4.
Yeah, all right.
I was 9,
Okay, that's fair.
so-
That's fair. But all right, so like for me, it was like there was punk, and then punk died away, and we thought that punk was dead, and then you had "Smells Like Teen Spirit" just come through the fucking airwaves and through MTV. And it was like, yeah, it's back.
I
And
mean,
so,
that was just like what music was primarily at that time, because it was the grunge when I became
right,
aware
right.
of,
But
you know,
but
it
for
was-
us old punks though,
yeah. So
it
I don't
was
have any,
punk is still
This
here.
is the end.
It's still here.
and I get
I-
that, but
I have
I just want to say though, when Chris Cornell's death came, that hit me hard. I was like, oh,
yeah,
that-
that one was
oh,
big.
Shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
Kurt. I mean, these are all guys that, like, that spoke to you kind of on a fundamental level. That
Yeah.
I did do a Kurt Cobain biography book report in 5th grade though.
All right, cool.
So
Yeah, and it's like what is it, Chester from Linkin
All right.
Park, and
Oh, Chester, I wasn't a huge Linkin Park fan, but it's still like I remember, of course, drinking Mountain Dew and having Doritos, playing Halo, listening to Linkin Park. Because
right,
what millennial didn't.
But Chester was so
all right, it's
he
fair.
was so impacted by Cornell.
We're all about to break at some point.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I'm one step closer to the edge now. But that and I don't want to. Okay. All right, we're gonna wrap it up soon.
What?
But I remember also.
What an episode!
I
this
was
has been.
gonna tie
Right.
this into
Also,
astronomy earlier.
One of the other deaths that hit me that was still very punk, right? A punk who died that hit me was Anthony Bourdain.
Oh,
I feel that one
God.
hit me as well. Especially because where I was in my life at this time, I was traveling all over. I was never home, experiencing new cultures constantly. Like I understood, not necessarily obviously the fame or the attention, but the not having a home. So I
Right.
got that. So that kind of hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you do have a chance, go listen to his two audiobooks, phenomenal. But yeah, so that
Yeah,
one kind of
Anthony
hit me
Bourdain
there.
was great.
And
He was.
and
And then Liz gave me two celebrity deaths as well. I believe she gave me Nelson Mandela. She told me that he died, and I was up in the Planetarium's console working on the show, and then
you told him that?
I don't
that Robin
Robbie,
Williams died.
oh God, yeah, I
Oh
That
remember
one
shit.
hit me. You told
that
me that.
day, that was a rough day. We
Uh-huh.
just watched when my family was out here for Thanksgiving. My sister's fiance Adam has not seen
Mork and
Mork and
Mindy.
Mindy, so
Bobby,
we put
come
on
here.
some Mork and Mindy,
Bro.
and I was like, and I remember hearing my mom laughing and me laughing, and oh my God, I was just like, because I've been like avoiding watching Robin Williams things
Hey,
for so long because it's just like,
same.
it
It's
just
still
like
too soon.
it's sad, you know,
It's
because
still
he's
too
just so
soon.
he was so amazing of a character, even though you don't know him in real life, obviously, but
Hi.
seeing his comedy style in Mork and Mindy, and I was like, oh my God, this was amazing. It was just so, it was great. It was just, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
So
this explains a lot of what the comedy that I like now is
I
from
do want to
Robin
say
Williams.
that if you know somebody that's struggling, please
Yeah.
reach out, talk to them.
hmm
You know. So,
God, we
Even if
gotta
it's just
get.
someone you haven't talked to in a while, reach out to them.
I
We're all lonely in our own ways.
yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, I'm not trying to be funny or weird or anything like
Yeah,
that.
no.
Yeah, so we see a certain side of everybody. You don't know what they're going through. So,
Yeah.
um,
So
yeah, reach out to them, talk to them.
to wrap this last
this
hangover
so
of the
happy
year up.
episode up.
Yeah,
Well,
let me ask
Brandon
you.
started
Let,
it on such a
I
down
will
note.
ask all of you
Bye,
one
Jax.
question, and I always start with Mike.
Oh God.
Um, let me ask in like 30 seconds because we can't have a whole nother episode on this. Um, what does art and the artist mean to you?
What is art
And the
and
artist.
the
Art and the
artist?
artist.
Ooh.
And this is two different questions. So let me just say that's no, that's too much of a big question. Um,
I, you
yeah,
know,
how does art make you happy? That's it. How does art make you happy?
oh, okay, that's the third question.
He
No,
says
no,
Um,
no, no,
ignore the
no.
first one.
For ignoring the first two, because it's two
all
very
right.
different questions. How does
So
art make you happy?
art makes me happy when it says "fuck you." Um,
There it is.
no. In all honesty, I'm not the biggest fan of art where it is where, hey, we're just gonna do what everybody else is doing. Pop art for a real lack of, even though there's like a really cool kind of pop art, but basically, to me, pop music is it's formulaic. We're doing what everybody else is doing, that type of thing. The same kind of thing with art. I don't like art that just plays it safe, where it's just a picture of a tree.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, and
You want to explore
I
the endless frontier.
do love Bob Ross though and his stuff,
Oh
Bob
but
Ross was a
yeah.
treasure. He had
he
a
was a
pocket
treasure.
squirrel.
He had a pocket
Go watch.
squirrel.
The
Go
pocket
watch John
squirrel,
Homer.
people.
He's a
But
The pocket
pocket
squirrel.
squirrel.
but generally, I love art, whether it is music or physical drawings and that type of thing,
Yeah.
where it is a fuck you to society.
All right. So Mike says, "Fuck you, Liz."
You know what? I was okay. So as he was talking, I'm like, oh fuck, how do I answer this? Because I'm not like that deep of a person. But
Oh, whatever.
I
Stop it.
so what's great about art, whether it's something you like or not, is it's really kind of showcasing like how somebody's brain works.
That's true.
And
Yep.
what's going on inside them, and then how they're choosing to express that, whether it's music or physical art, or what have you. I mean, it's all just kind of like it comes from someplace inside somebody that you can't see, that you don't really know,
Right.
because the only person that can know the inner, who really you are is yourself, you know because you can't really explain your brain and how
No.
it works to anybody. Because nobody's living that. And so it's really what's great about art, and whether it's something I like or not, like fucking Fallout Boy, is, just seeing all the different interpretations and the variety of various things, and especially when you even look at like a different country and culture, it's completely different from
Right.
anything that you've experienced in your own, and so it's all just A, important, and B, it just shows, just the breadth of humanity,
Right.
even, and especially
And-
when you boil it all down at the end of the day, we're all just DNA. We're all just the
Yeah.
bone and the same flesh and the same meat, but then we all have a wide variety of consciousness that we're experiencing and expressing.
Yeah.
So that's why art makes me happy, and then I just have the specific
Right.
arts that I
And-
particularly am drawn to, or that I
Exactly.
feel, that speak to me personally. But it's all just great.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
And that's why it's subjective.
Is art is subjective, like you said. It is subjective, and
Every mind is
and the
different.
question is, what speaks to me, and so that is the fuck you to society, but it doesn't mean that like what somebody this pop art that I used. That doesn't mean that's not art.
Ron-
It's very much art.
Ron has a good comment in chat. He says, most of my art is art for hire, which is directed by a client or employer. So one could ask if that is true art.
No, that is true art because that is what speaks to them. That is why art is subjective.
But also, they're not saying, draw this for me or make this exact thing for me. It's still like they have an idea of what they want, and you're still using yourself to create that piece for them.
May I wrap us up here?
Yes, please, Brandon.
All right.
You did ask this question.
It's
I did.
fault.
I did not have the answer until like Liz was
Oh.
halfway through, and something
Okay,
she
yeah.
said sparked an idea.
This is how he does
And-
all his questions.
Yes,
So let's just...
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
It's
why I
never-
asked
Continue
them.
Never
Your
a random
answer,
answer.
Brandon.
It's never a random answer.
No. All right. So we first of all take a drink if you have a drink left.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have like just a little dribble.
Did you want to have some of mine? Oh, okay.
So we are a podcast about the universe, about space, about all things within existence. That's really what the podcast is, all things within existence. So given that there's a supernova, as we talked about, occurring every single second, spewing its biological elements throughout the universe, but maybe every 100 billion planets create life, maybe, let's say that. One out of 100 billion planets create life, and one out of 100 trillion planets create intelligence that can create art, that can create music, that can create the beats, that can create the strokes that make other life forms happy. You can say then that art, music, is the greatest form of beauty. It's the rarest form of beauty. Regardless if you're a Violet Boy, if you're a Black Flag, if you're, trust me on this one, regardless of what genre you attribute yourself to, the fact that these little life forms that exist in this grand vast of space can create things they think is beautiful, that in itself is gorgeous. And that is rare. That is profound. That is worth protecting. That is worth fucking funding.
Yeah.
That is worth calling a congressman about.
Hell yeah.
So, anyway, yes.
Definitely call your representative.
And space is art. Have you looked at Juno images? Have you looked at
And
web
space
images?
is
It's
art.
fucking beautiful.
So the fact that our hands that were forged from a supernova can create masterpieces of Da Vinci, of Rembrandt, of Mozart, that is worth protecting and saving. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, in this rest of the year, enjoy the beauty, enjoy the love in your life, and love cannot exist without life, cannot exist with the same form of art. Do that. Love everything around you. Call your congresspeople. We will see you next time.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you January 1st or 2nd
Wait,
or
what?
whatever.
Or
Whatever it is.
whatever that Sunday is. We'll figure it
Stay
out.
safe.
Anyway, bye.
Stay safe.
Keep
Bye.
shit silly.
Out.